Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes my dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Good evening, everybody. Put a couple ones in the chat. Don't everybody have to do it, but let me know you can hear me. Make sure the microphones and all that's working good. I don't have that fancy Android phone that some wonderful creators go live from all the time. I got this simple old computer here. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi to everybody individually, but I appreciate y'all being here. So I've been kind of silent today, and I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't even really answered any of the people posting on my videos and stuff. Maybe one or two. I'm going to do that after the show. But I sure have been busy as far as my name being thrown around, haven't I? Hello, Deborah Ann. I see a bunch of you guys in here already. Thank y'all for coming. Hummingbird, everybody. Hello, Molly.
These are my grades. I got 5 Fs now.
I just went live. Hang on a second.
Oh,
What's this?
bro, she's giving everybody C's. I missed a couple days, but I have all my work turned in for her, and she's like, "That's a C."
6 A's and a C.
Nope, I only have 6 classes. I have 5 A's and a C.
Oh, there's 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5. 5 A's and a C.
Let's go.
You're grounded.
That's fair. It's fair. I would have an A if I didn't miss my that many days.
You keep staying up late and not want to go to school.
Well,
About bedtime now, ain't it, huh?
Yeah, they're all.
me and James have to watch 2 episodes of My Hero, I promise.
Well, they're gonna watch it and lie down and watch it. I mean, they're in there.
Okay.
Can you hold me for a second?
Yeah, hang on. Just a minute. Almost finished. I'm muted. I'm back now. Sorry. Had to do some personal business with Mama C and Molly. Had to take care of a couple things. Took care of it. Now, what I was saying was my name been thrown out. Some of these people Jimbo, take this the rude way, but why don't you turn down your phone so we don't hear every time you get a message? Just asking. A little distracting when you're talking. Because then I won't know when I get a message. I'm about deaf. Sorry. Some messages are important, some of them aren't. But if I get an important message and I don't hear it, we're in trouble. Sorry about that. Anyway, like I said, I heard that there's this woman named Jerry Wynn. I heard it on Ernie's recording today. Actually, Ernie dirty deleted it, but Rat played it. Somebody else played it for me. Said that Jerry Wynn said that Thelma messaged her and asked for money for me because I got arrested for a murder right after Ronnie King was murdered. And Ernie said, wow. You know, his trademark, wow. Like he did after he watched those two gay men having sex in Buffalo in the mansion. And he goes, ain't every day you get to watch two people having sex in a mansion. Wow. Yeah, same wow. Same wow. Anyway, and then after his wow, he said, how did Jimbo know about the murder? I wouldn't have, would I? But would that really mean that I was arrested for it too? Look it up. See if I was. Murder was February the 17th or 18th of 2012 or 2013. Look it up. See if I was arrested around that time. Should tell you a whole lot right there, Ernie. Big boy. Anyway, this lady named Jerry Wynn. I had to think for a minute. Who is that? And then I thought, wow, you know what? There was a lady named Jerry Wynn that messaged me when about a month or two after The Stand went to YouTube. When The Stand started the YouTube channel, January 13th, it was March the 12th when this lady named Jerry Wynn messaged me. Now, she didn't say, hey, Jimbo, how you doing? How's Thelma? No, she didn't know me. She did not know me. But she knew Ernie. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to prove it. See, Ernie goes, wow, wow, and then never proves nothing. Well, see, I got proof. And I'm not going to use my phone to show it. I got actual proof. Jerry Wynn from Everett, Kentucky, told me she lived a half a mile from Ronnie King's house. There's some real good stuff. I'm getting ready to read it to you. But while I read it, I'm going to show it to you too. It wouldn't be fair if I didn't show it to you. Let me make it big enough where everybody can see it. All right. This is the lady who said Thelma messaged her trying to get money for me to be bailed out of jail for murder. Let me read it in case you can't read it. I'm going to go in there and read it for you. March 12th, 2022 at 7:21 p.m. Hi, Jimbo. I lived in Everett's all my life. I'm 55. Well, we'll be in a few months. My husband passed away in 2000 at age 34. He'd had back surgery a few times and got addicted to oxys when they first hit Kentucky. He used to buy them a few times from Ernie. What? Oh, rewind. My husband, at age 34, he'd had back surgery a few times and got addicted to oxys when they first hit Kentucky. He used to buy them a few times from Ernie. Okay. Believe me, there's not a shell in Harlan County that has a good name. I believe that. I know of Britt Anglin, too. He is bad news, but not ridiculous as Ernie. I don't live but a half mile from Ronnie King. I know for a fact that Ernie did know Ronnie and also know his brothers, sisters, most of his nephews. They are into that wrestling stuff too. You might know Cody and Jesse Farley. If you have any questions, let me know. I know both families really well. Thanks. Sincerely, Jerry Wynn. I said, thank you, Jerry. That's great info. Yes, I may definitely want to bend your ear about some things. I'm sorry to hear about your husband. Do you know the time frame he purchased Oxy from Ernie? Okay, now it says you can now message each other and see info like active status when you read messages. She said, yes, it was during the years from 96 off until the year 2000. I known him by Mac. And I heard John, my husband, ordering tabs, perks, and oxys from him a few times. It just depended on what he could sell him when he called. I went with him a few times to Ages to pick them up. We had 2 little boys, so I figured in the best interest of my sons, if something went wrong, I'd go down, probably just for being in the car. So I never went with him anymore to pick them up. I don't know if it was Ernie's uncle or his cousin that used to run the old scrapyard at Ages with the Rigney man. He was the one that told my husband that Ernie Mac could get the pain meds. Oops, I knew him as Mac. Ronnie King has a sister named Jerry Lynn Wynn, but she goes by Mulkey now. I'm Jerry Ann Wynn. And I said, that's where I heard that name before, but you are not his sister, right? No, I can't stand the witch. LOL. She's about 9 years older than I am. My maiden name's Tolliver. I used to work for the Harlan County Board of Education. I know about a fake rescue that was done for a woman who Ernie pretended to rescue and bring her home from trafficking. She was gone again right after they filmed her hugging her brother, her son, and her dad. It was all for show. I'm friends with that woman's parents. It's the video of the man walking bent over with the cane across from the Everett's post office. Here we go. The details of Ronnie's murder is no secret of what all was done to him. And Ernie's name was mentioned while the fire trucks were still there. What? And a guy came to my house talking about Ernie and the hole in the floor and what he did to it, or what was done to his body. The name within 30 minutes of it happening was Ernie and Dixon. Yes, Ronnie never hid being gay after being mayor the second term. He was impeached and run a time or two again against Burl Fee. Ronnie wasn't perfect by far, but he didn't deserve that. I honestly, without a doubt, believe Ernie was involved. That's why I left Everett's. Everyone knew he was fake. What you need, baby?
Just my lighter and a kiss.
Please kiss.
Hi, everybody. Love everybody.
Mama C said hi. She loves everybody. I could go on and on and on and on and on. There's all kinds of stuff down here about how Ernie and Ronnie King, you know, all this stuff. All of it. Oh, I heard Ernie's preaching today before I fell asleep. He was saying how many the $100, $50, and $20 levels are available. Poor fella surely doesn't really expect you to believe he only has 20 to 30 spots of the 100 tries left. All right. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. So that's right out of my messenger without being edited. Right there on my computer. Plenty of good info. But it's her accusing Ernie of being involved in Ronnie King's murder. Now, is she the woman who said, I was arrested? Jerry Wynn, right? I sent Kevin Dixon a message tonight. I sent him a screenshot of her Facebook. I said, is this the one who said that? He said, yep, that's her. So is she a liar? Trying to stir up trouble? Probably. I think so. I don't think Ernie was involved in Ronnie King's murder. I don't. Ernie knows I wasn't involved in it. But he's running his flap, right? Doing what Ernie does. How telling is it that Ernie has Nicolina as a moderator? How telling is it? Oh, Lord, I could read it all. It'd take me forever. I want to have a show, guys. I'll tell you what, I'll take a bunch of screenshots of all of it or make a video of all of it and put it on my, I'll post it, okay? Whole thing. Oh, by the way, the Shelby Shell letters from prison are no longer for sale. They've been sold. Thank you for the man who bought them. Enjoy them and do with as you please, sir. So there. Now, Ernie, why you want to start that drama for, buddy? I told people you've been planning this. And you know what? It happened. I told people it was going to happen. It happened almost to the letter how I said it was going to happen. You shouldn't tell people your plans, big guy. You shouldn't tell people that you're forming an army to go against Jimbo when he turns. I never turned, Ernie. Hey, mystery lady, you done missed some good stuff. You're going to have to go back and watch later. How many of y'all felt like a fool tonight in this chat? I know I did, and I never part of that lie. Or I never part of that lie bag any longer. Dude is over there modding Nicolina. But what happened to the video of Ernie, of Nicolina playing with their gun, right? Oh, Ernie, I got this one and this one. I got 10 guns in my house. Which one you want, Ernie? Should I get in a little trouble tonight or a lot of trouble tonight? Should I get in a little trouble or a lot of trouble, Ernie? What was that, Ernie? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? I sent you the video. I sent you the video, dude. You was like, somebody grab that video. Somebody grab that video. I'm going to go to cops. I sent you the video. And you called the police, remember? Called the police in Nicolina's town. What did they say? No big deal. No big deal. So you came back to your chat crying. Oh, I called the cops and they won't do nothing about it. I remember it. Is that video still there, Ernie, or did you delete it? He's a very desperate man, came for the crime, stayed for the chaos. Very desperate. It's unbelievable that you have Nicolina as a mod. It's almost hilarious. I'm muted. I think everybody can hear me.
You're the best daddy ever.
Right, B-Dax in there. They're all buddies now, right? They're all good buddies. They're all good buddies. Remember Nicolina's husband said he was going to argue? Remember that? Scared you to death, didn't it? Oh, Ernie was scared. He was scared T-Bow's going to whip him. I said, Ernie, let's go to Michigan. Let's go, man. One of us will whip his ass. Like, he's going to have to fight, right? Ernie's like, no, man, I don't want to go. Why not? Oh, we go up there and we get in trouble. She owns the cops up there. Really? She owns the cops? So you scared to go up there? I wasn't scared. Ernie was scared. I wasn't scared. Yeah, they blocked lips right away. Right. So much of this bullying, right, Ernie? There was channels built. There was channels built for you being bullied by Nicolina. The entire channel was built, several of them, to show that you were being bullied by Nicolina. How do you explain this? Now you're friends? Oh, how about this one, y'all? How about this one? Tonight, he said two different things. One, MAGA, when Jinkies said, next time you're here, you'll have to come in the restaurant. MAGA said, we were there and it was closed. So MAGA was with him this last trip when he was saying that he was in a car that Brad gave him. And he was still taking donations for rentals and all that stuff, right? And the whole time he was with a doctor. Yeah, I didn't even notice, Brandon. Whole time he's with a doctor. Taking your money. Saying he needs it. Yeah, if you're texting me right now, you're going to have to wait. I mean, I'll get it after the... And MAGA said also in his chat today that they had been together for a year. A year?
Your best daddy ever.
So either somebody's lying, or for a year now, Ernie's been taking your money for fake missions like the one with Savannah, going to hunt her down, right? If I'm going to find her. She's missing. I'm going to go find her. Benny Keys has got her. Right, Ernie? People send him money to go get her. Go find her, Ernie. Go to Houston and find her, Ernie. You can do it. Let me throw some money at you. And Ernie's like, I need some money. I need gas money. I need to rent a car. Him and Mac have been together a year. A year? The heck you say?
Your best daddy ever.
Oh, Cindy, he definitely gonna be sorry for that one. Oh. Oh yeah. This is a good one too, right, Leslie? Going to California to YouTube. Lawyer Up 22. He was flying out to California, right, to have meetings with YouTube and Google. And then all that Lawyer Up money. Somebody tried to take up for him the other day and say, oh, he used that as a retainer on a lawyer. What lawyer? Show it. Prove it. For one, Nicolene and all them done pointed out that he's an idiot. They said, oh, they said, I can't remember what I'm going to say. I just seen a really happy text from somebody. It's great stuff. You know, this Lawyer Up stuff, lawyer money. I know, yeah. Like, needed $7,000, $7,000. And he said it's for a class action lawsuit. Nicolene and them done called him out for it. His new mod done called him out for it. Like, a class action lawsuit? Class action is when a bunch of people get together and sue a company. That's a class action lawsuit. Ernie was saying he needed the $7,000, of course, to get the lawyer. His class action lawsuit was going to be Ernie and all his people against all the bullies. He's going to sue us all, me included. I was in that when he started getting that money. I was on that side, right? The side that Ernie's on now. They're all good buddies. Yep, we're all supposed to be in the class action against RAP and 777. That ain't how it works. And Nicolena told you that ain't how it works. But you still got people to believe you. You are charismatic, bro. You can talk people out of money. You're good at it. You talked Dr. Sack out of 10 grand. Told him you were going to make $250,000 and you was going to pay him all back. Dr. Sack said you stole $50,000 from him. I got the messages. said you stole 50 grand from him. He had to pay all the talent that came, all the celebrities that showed up that you booked because you didn't make any money because you're a terrible promoter. He paid them all because you ran away. You took the money, like $200 they made, and left with it. And then like 2 or 3 days later claimed you was in a car wreck. Nobody cared. You learn who your real friends are. How many times have you said that, Ernie? Boy, you learn who your real friends are. Dude. Somebody said you've lost over 1,000 subscribers. Is that true? I'm gaining them left and right. People that were suckered by you that now see the truth. And this ain't no bash Ernie night. This is a tell the truth night. No matter what you say, Ernie, I talked to a good friend of mine today, and he said it a couple times, but when he said it today, I'm like, dude, I'm going to name the show that. I talked to a good friend today, and that good friend told me, you cannot make a lie the truth. And he's right. You can't make a lie the truth, Ernie. You cannot. You can make it look true. Eventually the truth comes through. You tell all these lies, people find you out, buddy. It's not that hard to do. Hey, you guys want to see something? You want to know something? Talked to my friend Leslie today. She said, Ernie blocked me from StreamYard and showed me a screenshot where he did. Now, he blocked Leslie from StreamYard. Is he afraid of Leslie? I think so. Was he afraid of Nicolina? No, he never blocked Nicolina from StreamYard. He never blocked Rap from StreamYard. But he blocked Leslie. Why? Why'd you block Leslie, Ernie? Leslie wasn't claiming that she was a victim of you. She told everybody she handled herself. Didn't she, little feller? You didn't get nowhere. You tried to get somewhere, but you didn't. You didn't get nowhere. Oh, yeah, MAGA buy them subs. Dude, you know there's software that can show that you bought all them subs? Legit. Legit. Stella said he blocked her. Oh, my goodness, really? Was Stella telling the truth about you, Ern? What about when somebody said hashtag earn and they put it in here like this? Hashtag earn. Remember this one? Hashtag earn. Hashtag earn. And we spelled it just like that. And then you said, oh, I don't doubt that, Natty Mitchell. And then you said, that's a death threat. Get some screenshots for documentation purposes. Jimbo, and I quote, you're going to jail today. Here I am. Let's see. 7 months later, I ain't in jail. What are you talking about? Earn? It was a joke. And I know because I've been to all these law enforcement agencies with you when you was talking about BDAX backstage. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear from him. Put a 2 in the chat if you want me to block him. Yeah, Mac, I've been on YouTube for a long time. Predating Earn Dog. No, he's I think they made up D-Boss. You want to hear what he's got to say? I'm going to tell you what he's going to say before I bring him up. Jimbo, so now you think Ernie's bad again? Am I right, B-Dak? Let's see your face, B-Dak. I thought you was already blocked from StreamYard, so probably ain't you. Now I saw the top of somebody's head. Don't believe it. I still don't know if that's him or not. Show me his nose. Yeah, he's going to be vile. That's all he can do is be vile. Don't like it when people get vile back with him, though. Just a second, sister. I'll send it to you. Crap. I'm just gonna put it in chat again. B-Dak has a new cafe. It's 2.0 or new count is 2.0. This is B-Dak, just B-Dak. Kind of looks like B-Dak. Yeah, it was a nose. Well, hello.
Hi.
Squared. You had to wait
Hey.
your turn, B-Dak. That dog was awful close to you.
Yeah, I did have one on each side, and then the other one heard a noise and took off.
What's crack-a-lacking?
They stay close to me. Well, I finally got my shirts in that I was supposed to have for the fundraiser, so I wanted to show them off. And if anybody's interested, because of shipping, I was going to sell them for $20 at the fundraiser, but because of shipping, I'm going to have to do $25 online. I've got 2 different designs. They are sublimation. They're not the stuff that's going to crack and peel and fall off. I've got this. I've got sizes small, medium, large, and extra large because I had to prepay up front. So I just started with a small batch. So I've got small, medium, large, and extra large. I've got 2 in each size of this one. This one says, we don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only way we have. Colon cancer awareness.
Ooh, I like that.
That's the one that I've got for you. I've got one of those for you already separate.
Awesome.
And then this one's a little bit more girly. This one has the leopard print, and it says colon cancer up the side here, and then awareness in the middle.
Oh, those are really cute.
And you can't really see it, but the part that looks orange, that's the leopard print. So I've got 3 in each size of this because I figured there were more women in here than men. So I've got 3 of each size in this and 2 of each size in this. If anybody's interested, because I can't really keep up in chat, please email me. I will put my email.
My fault.
Is that me?
No, it was me.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put my email here in chat. And I'm just going to go in order, because I do have a limited supply. I'll be able to see the date and the time that the email is sent. So just email me and let me know which design you want, and let me know which size you want. And like I said, they're the sublimation ones. They're not the ones that are just heat pressed on there. They're really soft, a little bit thick, but with winter coming, that may be better. But like I said, both of them, would be fine for a woman. I figured a man wouldn't want the leopard print, so that's why I got both. So if you want this one, just put leopard print. If you want this one, just put no leopard print, or whatever strong, put the word strong or whatever you want to do. So let me know. And I did get a couple other things that I had done out of the fundraiser, some bracelets, some little cancer ribbon pins, things like that. So I'll throw a little bit of that kind of stuff in with your order. No
Can't
problem.
beat that.
At no extra charge or anything like that. So it's just stuff I've got. It's laying around. It's not, I might as well give it to people. We need to raise awareness for colon cancer. Like I've told people, they generally won't even mention doing a colonoscopy until you hit 40. Here I am, only 39, and I would have never known. Had my stomach not gotten out like I was 9 months pregnant and I had to go and have it checked out at the ER, I would have never known, because I had a whole nother year before they would even think about doing a colonoscopy,
Yeah.
So this is something that needs to be made aware of. People need to be aware, and who knows, you may be wearing this out at the grocery store. Somebody stop and ask you about it, and let them know, this is something that needs to be checked out. If you feel like there's a problem, even if it's not something major, you're having a little bit of pain down there, and it may be embarrassing, but like you have hemorrhoids, things like that, make them check it out, because those are all signs and symptoms. You have bleeding from down there, even if it's just a little bit. Make them check it out, even if they don't want to, force them to do it, because the earlier you catch it, the better it's going to be. By the time I caught mine, my secondary tumor was 13 pounds. Don't let them get you that far. It was partly my fault too, because I wasn't paying attention to the signs and the symptoms. I didn't force it upon the doctor. I had other things going on at the time that were taking my mind other places, with what was going on with my husband, things like that. But, pay attention to your body. If anything feels different. And what really surprised me is, they found it in my ovaries first. So I started doing research on ovarian cancer, because they thought that's what it was originally. Well, do you realize that there is no testing that's done for ovarian cancer? When you go to an OBGYN and they do a pap smear, that's for cervical cancer. There's no pre-testing whatsoever done for ovarian cancer. No matter how popular it is, and it is, ovarian cancer is one of the leading types of cancer. And the only way that they can see it is like a CT scan or an MRI or something like that. But they don't do that as a preventive service. You already have to have something going on to cause them to do that. So what I would like to push for, and I don't know, and there may be people in here that do know, I don't know how to go about getting bills started or bills passed or things put in front of representatives. But what I would like to see happen is every year or every 2 years when you go to have your pap smear, they can also see it on an ultrasound, which every OBGYN has an ultrasound machine, because that's how they look at the babies. That's how they get the little cute pictures of the babies, is with an ultrasound machine. They can see tumors on your ovaries with an ultrasound. So why they don't include that when they do a pap smear blows my mind. That's all they would have to do, is when you go in there to have your cervix checked, they just throw that jelly on there, do that ultrasound, and check those ovaries. But they don't. And that just blows my mind. And I would love to see some legislation passed to say that be a part of that preventive service. Because if it's not part of a preventive service to the insurance company, there has to be a medical reason to do it. And if you're not showing any signs or symptoms, they're not going to approve it. And you can have ovarian cancer for a long time before you ever have any signs and symptoms. And the longer it's there, the bigger chance of it spreading, the bigger chance of it getting worse, and you're not going to be able to get rid of it. So, it's just something that I'm passionate about. I'm sorry to break in on whatever you guys were talking about. I was going to get my shirts, but I just really feel passionate about this, and I just want people to know, because I had no idea. I had never even thought of that. When I thought, when you went to have that check, your womanly check every year, that they check the ovaries and the colon. Yes, they push on your stomach, but what if the tumor is on the backside? What if the tumor is on a place that, it may not be big enough to feel with a human hand yet, but that ultrasound machine could see it. It's just ridiculous. But anybody that's interested, like our best friend says, if you want them, email me. If you don't. I'm not going to force them on anybody. They're going to be $25 a shirt. If you're interested, just send me an email. Let me know. And we'll go from there. I'll throw you some goodies in there, and I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, I prepaid for these shirts. I didn't get too many. I got 5 in each size total. Like I said, I've got small, medium, large, and extra large. 3 of these, 2 of these, in each size. So just let me know if anybody's interested. I'd really, really appreciate it. So I can drop back down, let you guys go on, or I can join the conversation up here. Whatever you want me to do, Jimbo.
You can join if you want to. Actually, I got a couple questions I'd like to ask you.
Absolutely.
So, BDAC's backstage. He's saying, I'm scared of the truth. Let me speak, Jimbo. You're a liar. You're scared as usual. I'm a chicken. So I figure he can just go on Ernie's panel, can he?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. The truth about what?
Nah, he won't say it. He just says, let me speak. So I guess we'll just have to boot you, old BDAC. Go ahead and ban you from studio. See you, chicken. He's gone. All right. Anyway, my question for you is, Liberators did a fundraiser for you,
Yep.
and it broke the record, right, on how quick it filled up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who took number 30 on that calendar?
Number 30 was taken by one Ernie Shell.
Who took? Was it 27?
21 was also taken by Ernie Shell.
Wow, there's 51 he pledged.
Yep. You know how much I got?
How much did MAGA pledge?
Oh, Maggie didn't pledge anything. She wasn't even in there.
Oh, just Ernie.
Just
51.
Ernie.
So how much did you get out of that 51?
0.
Is that a zero?
That's a 0.
You got a zero from that hero?
He took 2 spots that someone else could have taken. Of course, I believe he was on panel when he did it, so I believe that he did it to make himself look big.
Oh, he did.
Because originally he took the 30 because they had told him that you took 31, which I got. So they told him, well, you can take 31 too, it's no big deal. And he's like, no, I'll just take the 30. Okay, we said, okay. So it went on, and some of the bigger numbers were still left. And he's like, well, and this is to the best of my recollection, guys. He asked something like, what's the biggest one that's still left? And they said 21. He said, put me down, looking like the hero. I'll take the biggest one you got left. And this, like I said, it may not have been worded exactly that way. This is to the best of my recollection. My brain don't work that well sometimes. I just had my treatment yesterday, so it may have been worded differently. But they did send me a list. The Liberators did after it was all over, telling me all the dates and who pledged. So I do know for sure from the Liberators that he pledged day 30 and day 21. And I know for sure that I never got a PayPal, Cash App, anything past that date from Ernie Shell.
What's your PayPal? Somebody wants to know.
I'll put it in the chat here.
Hey, you guys know what did Ernie always say when Nicolina and them were streaming him? Ernie, when Nicolina and Rat would stream Ernie, what did he say? They only stream him because they have no content. Ernie's streaming me right now. Reckon he ain't got no content?
Imagine that.
Ernie, you ain't got no content without Jimbo? Do I own you now, big boy? Hey, you threatened to whip Tebow. Why didn't you come by here and whip me on your way back to New York? I invited you. Why didn't you come? Because you knew I'd be there, right? You knew I would show up. Ernie's a coward. Oh, what a coward Ern Dog is. Scaring the master. Scarny.
And then all of a sudden, he brought.
He don't even know how to stream.
Yeah, he said that earlier. He said I would stream, or I think when you were live last night or sometime, he said I would. Everybody was telling him to stream you, and he said he would if he knew how.
He's bringing up. He's showing it like he's got two panels open, and he's showing one panel like with his phone.
So he can hear me when I. So he can hear me when I tell everybody that he never sent the money that he pledged.
Yes, he can hear you.
And I just want him to know that one of our people, I don't call them followers because we are not followers, one of our loyal folks just sent me his $51. So he should be ashamed of himself.
God bless you, whoever sent that. Thank you very much.
He should be ashamed of himself.
He should be ashamed of himself.
Living over there on a doctor's salary, showing all these fancy trips and these fancy meals and these fancy cars. And like I said, and I said this when B-Dak did what he did. It's not about the money. It's about the lie. Why say you're going to do it if you're not? That is what bothers me. Nobody owes me a dime.
He started
Nobody-
streaming 25 minutes ago, and he still got about half the viewers I have. Way to go, Ernie!
Nobody
Good job,
owes
Ernie.
me a dime, and I don't expect anything from anybody. But if you say you're going to do it in front of hundreds of people and then you don't, that leads me to believe you're just doing that to make yourself look big. Because I know it's not that he can't afford it.
Yeah, he zoomed in on you. They said, "Look who he's got on panel now."
Yeah, the one that he pledged $51 to and never sent.
Hey, did you take Ernie over there to go to court in Prestonsburg?
Yes, I did.
Did y'all take Ernie's car?
What car?
Oh, whose car did you take?
We took my car that had a bad tire that we could have wrecked and killed ourselves.
Really?
Yeah, that tire never got fixed until after we got back. It had whatever those metal things are
Belt
called
loose?
that are inside there was
Belt.
completely broken into the belt.
Yeah.
The belt inside the tire was completely broken in two. And you know what he was doing when we was thumping down the road? Laughing about it. And us driving 60, 70 miles an hour on those highways, parkways and stuff. We
Wow.
could have killed ourselves. And he thought it was funny.
And he did all that, and he still didn't give you what he pledged.
Yeah.
That was mighty big of you, Ern. Mighty big
And
of you.
I would wake up in the morning and check on him. Do you need something to eat? Because I know you guys sleep in, and I know he gets up early. And I would get up and I'd check on him. You know, do you need something to eat? Do you need me to take you anywhere? You know, I was a friend to Ernie. And the last time I spoke to Ernie was the Sunday before he had court that Monday in Richmond. Like, this is months ago.
The last time he was in court.
Because the doctor that I hooked him up with gave him a report to take to the judge, and then
got his charges reduced, huh?
Then once he got that out of me, he was done. And never spoke to me again. On his next court day, I saw the little video you guys made and saying, saying he didn't go to jail or whatever. I texted him, "Congratulations, brother, and glad to see you walking out of there."
Crickets?
No reply. Crickets.
No reply.
Crickets.
Wow.
So
wow.
After
Hard word from Ernie.
After court that day, they left to go to New York. And since he's went to, and he said this was BS the other day, but I can show. I haven't blown him up. I've sent 2 texts since he's been gone. But since he left London, Kentucky, Corbin, London, whatever you want to call it, once he left this area to go to New York, he has not spoken to me since. Period.
Hey, y'all remember that Air Force that came on my panel?
Yeah.
Talked forever and ever. That piece of shit just posted in Ernie's chat. I have more hair than it. Talking about you, E-squared.
Then he called me it.
Uh-huh. And Shane Cunningham.
Okay.
Shane Cunningham said Air Force and a big laughy emoji.
Wait till you get cancer and big chunks start falling out. What are you going to do? Just walk around with long hair with big bald spots in it? I mean, I would be an it then, and I still wouldn't call somebody that, even if they did decide to do that. I mean,
Forever said how many years they're going to raise money for E-squared. E-squared, when's the last time I gave you money that we raised for you?
I couldn't tell you. It's been a long time because I know it was before
Ocean Lover. It ruined.
I know it was before August because Ocean Lover had her thing in August with the calendar, with the little game, and I haven't had anything since then. So I know it was before August, so at least 2 months, 2.5 months. And the last time, honestly, and this wasn't on your channel, but the last time, honestly, I ever remember actually trying to fundraise was the calendar on the Liberators and then my tire. I don't know which came first. Like I said, my mind loses sight sometimes, but that's the last two things I can remember. And they weren't on this channel. The last two things I can remember were raising money for my tire, and I didn't even get enough. It was $70 something, and I didn't even get enough to cover the whole tire. I got like $53 or something. And yes, Ernie paid the rest. I didn't have it. I'm not going to sit here and
Ernie
lie
paid
on
the
you.
rest, or did he get people to donate and pay the rest?
Well, he was getting donations too, because when he first started the thing, raising money for my tire, he had his information up there until people in the chat started saying, put hers up there, So for the first 15-20 minutes of it, he had his PayPal and stuff up there. So I don't know what he got. But when we switched it over to mine, I got like $53, $58 or something like that. So when we got to the tire place, I sent that to him and he paid at the register. So every dime I got that day, I sent to him at Walmart while we were there, and he paid at the register with his card. I'm not going to lie on him. I don't know where the money came from, but I know he had his info up there first.
Good question, Mystery Lady. Why are they counting E-Squared's money?
But is any of his money really his money? Because he don't have a job. So
no, he ain't had a job. He don't never have a job.
So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, none of his money is really his money. I mean, I guess they give it to him, so that makes it his. But
what his job is mooching on single mothers in their late 40s and early 50s, right, MAGA?
But he figured out that wasn't going to work with me because I'm broker than he is.
He was with MAGA the whole time.
That's probably why he dropped me.
According to them, they've been married for a year. I mean, not married, but according to them, they've been together for a year. So this is all a big scam by Ernie. They admitted it earlier. Skern. Look, he can't figure out how to he can't figure out how to stream nobody, so he's holding his phone up. You should be a little more steady with it there, Skern Dog. Are your hands not steady? You ain't had no meth today, have you?
Or too much.
Yeah, or too much. He's a little jittery. MAGA is not a dude.
No, Danny, MAGA's not a dude. We're not gonna start the meanness over here.
Yeah, it's a woman. It's not an actress, not a movie star.
No.
That's a bunch of horse crap. Nicolina released that picture of her not too long ago. I mean, that was really her sitting right in my living room. E-Squared met her that day.
Yeah, I was there that day.
Oh, you remember when me and you and Ernie were discussing him going to court and he wanted to go in there and tell a bunch of bullshit and we were trying to argue with him to not do that?
Yeah.
And MAGA got upset and went in there and started doing dishes?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said my house was so filthy she had to go do dishes.
Oh my gosh. And there was like maybe 2 or 3 plates that had just been used. It's not like they've been sitting in there for days.
Yeah.
There ain't no way Mama C would let a dish sit in there longer than a few hours.
Nope.
And that would be rare. That would be because she was busy doing something else.
They met because she's a YouTuber. She's been desperately looking for a man to be her man. And she found the Predator Hunter.
Okay, Truth Hurts said, please look at Ernie's community page and tell us if that's MAGA. Give me just a second and I'll do that.
If it is, it's a glamour shot, or she's been totally made over.
Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna say it's not her because I've never. Every time I've seen her, she's had her hair up and a hat on, with little to no makeup. So I
yeah,
can't
and you can't
really
see her body
say.
there. I mean, she's a big girl, so
So I can't really say for sure. But now the one with the hat in Jimbo's living room is for sure her because I was there that day. And that's the only way I've ever seen her is with her hair up and a hat on and little to no makeup.
all right.
I
I'm gonna let
mean,
Ernie's. I'm gonna take his little video down there.
it's like
Look,
me. If I were to glamour myself up, when I had long hair, if I was to, fix it a certain way and put makeup on, because I don't ever wear makeup. If I was to wax my eyebrows and put me some makeup on, I'd look totally different because I've done it and I do. I look totally different. So I can't say for sure that's not her, but that's not her usual self.
I'm getting messages from people unsubbing from Ernie.
And if it is, she should wear makeup. She's beautiful in that picture.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's the picture she got hooked Ernie with. And then she got up there and he saw the real her, and that's the reason why he don't really,
I look weird in makeup. When my son was about 4 years old, I come out with a full face of makeup on. He said, "Mommy, you look like a clown." And I haven't worn much makeup since then. I've never been a makeup wearer though, even like in high school and stuff like that. I just never got into that. So when I wear it, I do look weird
E
to
squared
me. Yeah.
answer some questions. I gotta run errand right quick. I won't be
Oh,
gone long.
okay.
Be right back. Y'all show respect to E squared now.
No, the picture in the living room was not photoshopped at all. The picture in the living room was exactly. I was sitting where that camera's playing. I'm surprised I didn't get blamed for that picture because where the angle of that picture, that's where I had been sitting. There was a chair there, like a camping chair. And I had been sitting in that exact direct angle, and that's exactly the person that I saw while I was there. Is the person that was in that picture? I'm not sure now where the picture in the living room is. I know that Nicolina, I think, had posted it at one time, but it's been a long time ago. And I'm not sure if it was ever on the Stands community page or not. I'm not sure. I'm scrolling through Nicolina's community page. That's why I'm talking slow and looking down to see if I can find it. You can check on there. Like I said, it would have been a long time ago. Jimbo may have a copy of it. I'm not sure. But it's the same. Have you seen the video? Who asked me that? Have you seen the video of them walking through that street fair and it shows her at the end with the hat on? She looks like that. That's the MAGA that I know. That's the MAGA that I've seen. Get up here. Get up here. My dog's aggravating me. I'm sorry. Are me and SG still friends? I guess. I don't have anything against her. I've never spoken out against her or been mean to her, or I've never heard that she said anything about me. So I don't know that we were ever friends. I mean, we're acquaintances over YouTube. I never really talked to her much behind the scenes that I can remember. But I haven't been caught up in all this. Like I took a step back, and I haven't really. I hear third party rumors. I hear, oh, so and so did this today and so did that today. Things like that. But I don't know. I haven't really gotten in it, so I don't know who's really against who and what's going on. Hey, Thumper. Chasing Justice says that they have the picture, so you may be able to get with them if you really want to see it. But like I said, there's also a video floating around of them walking through that street fair, and it does show a glimpse of her right at the end. In the same, hair up, hat on. That's the MAGA that I know. That's the MAGA that I've always seen. This could possibly be her. People look a lot different when they, gussy themselves up, as we say down here, fix themselves up. So get up here and lay down. Quit. Get up here and lay down. I'm sitting on the blanket that she usually covers up with. That's why she's upset. My dog. She likes to be covered up under the blanket, and I'm sitting on it, and she don't like it. You saw some of Jimbo subs as Ernie's mods today? Have they also been in here tonight? I'm not going to ask you who they are, but I'm just wondering if they're going both places or if they're just going over there. I'm scrolling back up through the chat, guys. Just bear with me here. I'm sure it is him, because I'm sure she wouldn't like him posting a picture with another woman pretending to be her. I don't see that she would like that. Yeah, he's lost it, Thumper. He's hanging out and laughing with the people that have treated him the worst. I just don't get it. They were horrible to him. Horrible. Way more horrible than they could have ever been to me. And there's no way I would ask him up on my panel. And he's lost his mind. I don't know. Yeah, he may have been talking to them behind the scenes for who knows how long, guys. He always says this is all a movie. This is all a movie. What's that mean? Who knows how long he's been talking to them. You don't just go from somebody saying they wish you were no longer on the planet one day to a couple weeks later making them a mod on your channel. Going from I wish he'd run out on the highway and get hit by a truck or whatever. That was the connotation. And then very shortly after having them up on your panel and laughing and going on and this and that. I mean, that just don't happen overnight. I mean, not in my world. I mean, who knows? But yeah, Thumper, you didn't know that 777 is a mod for Ernie? Absolutely. And Southern Girl was begging him to make Rap a mod today. I don't know that he ever did, but Southern Girl was asking him in chat to make Rap a mod. And then Rap started asking for a link, and Ernie shut the live down. That's all I caught was about the last 10 minutes, and all that happened. Well, Mystery Lady, sometimes you don't pick the sides. Sometimes the sides pick you, When somebody does something that crosses a line that far, it's not you making the decision. It was their choice that made that decision for you. That's the way I look at it. There's certain things that are just too much. You can't, there's just certain things. And then them over there laughing about somebody calling me an it. After all I did for him. And it's not just financially or monetarily, but I was a friend to him, when he needed it. You think that day that we went out and hiked a little bit and stuff, and no, we didn't go on no major hike. I'm not able to. Do you think I felt like doing that? No. But you know what? He seemed like he needed a friend that day. He seemed like he needed to get out of the house that day. So I went. I did things that I didn't feel like doing because I thought he needed it. And what did I get for it? Crapped on. I didn't have money to give him, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, his new friends, he already knows how they are. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not like he's going to be surprised, or he shouldn't, by anything they do. I learned that a long time ago. I'm not surprised by anything Nicolina does. So he shouldn't be either. Maybe he thinks that he drained all of us. And I say us, but, I never really gave him any money, and I'm not claiming I did, but I say us as a family, as a channel. I think he felt like he drained all his subs, so he had to find some new ones. That's what I honestly think He's teaming up with them to get new people to send him new money that he hasn't already drained. Do you think that could be an explanation, Jimbo?
Do what?
I said, I think that he may have teamed up with them to get new subs, to get new money
Oh yeah,
from people that he hasn't already drained. Because I think he started to feel like he had already drained all his people and he wasn't getting as much money rolling in. So he had to find a new crowd.
yeah. Well,
That
here's
he
the thing:
hadn't
is that mindless, brainless crowd over there going to actually give him money?
No.
Are they going to fall for it? Or are they going to make fun of it?
He thinks they will, though. He thinks this is a new set of 300 people I can bilk out of their money. I already bilked my 300. Now I got a new 300 I can milk. You know what I mean? I think that's what's going on in his mind. And yes, Mystery Lady, he did use me. He used me as a friend when he needed one. I stepped up. He used me, and this is in my opinion, to get a doctor, to get that note, because after I handed him that envelope, he never spoke to me again. I found him a doctor, a very good doctor that was really willing to help him, that wanted to help him for real. And I took him to his appointments, and I did all that. And after I handed him that envelope to take to court, that was it. I was ghosted. And he said that was bullcrap. Why would I say that? Why? I mean, he has not answered a message or sent me a message since that day. And that's the truth. I handed him the envelope. He went to court the next day, left for New York, and that's the last I heard of him. There's more things you can use people for than just money. I don't know if you heard me, but while you was gone, I said, that day that we went out and did that little hike and stuff, I didn't feel like doing that day, but I felt like he, for some reason, needed to get out of the house. He needed a friend that day. He needed it. So, you know what? I put my big girl pants on and I did it because I thought I was being a friend to him. And this is what I get for it, you know?
Ernie ain't got no friends.
Oh, thank you for your $1.99, B-Deck. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
I hope you don't have to miss a meal.
Fugitive Recovery Agent sent $1.99 too. Nobody can see it, I don't think. It's been blocked.
Yeah, I see it.
They've been blocked. You're in StreamYard, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm in StreamYard.
Yeah, nobody else can see it.
I hope y'all don't have to miss a meal for that $1.99. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, I should be able to see
Yeah,
it.
Truth Hurts. And not only did I get a note from the doctor, but I went to her house on a Sunday to pick it up. I had her. She is such a great doctor. I'm not going to lie. She's my doctor as well. She is such an awesome doctor that she printed up that letter and had me come and get it on a Sunday for him because he had court the very next day and he waited till the last minute to ask for it. But you know what? I should have been ashamed to have to do that, but I was being a friend to him, and I thought that note would really help him. So you know what I did? I put my pride to the side. I messaged her, and I said, can you please do this for me? I understand it's a Sunday. Well, I actually asked her on Saturday, and she said she would have it by the next day. And, it's a shame that I had to do that. Personally contact the doctor and have her do work on a weekend when she's supposed to be off having time with her family.
Yeah, you remember that time at I told everybody that Ernie was at the Trillium Center, and then you messaged me and said, "Is Ernie in your chat?" Because you done figured it out. He can't take it. He can't be off.
Yeah.
Too. He can't do it.
Well, he just say like 4 days ago that he was not going to be on YouTube anymore?
Twice, 4 days ago. And I think he said it again today, yesterday. He just don't, he's a liar. All he does is spew lies. If his mouth is open, it's a lie. Dang. Thought I had them. Somebody else got them already.
Well, from StreamYard, the only option it gives me is to put them in timeout. I can't delete comments from StreamYard. So I'm just going to tell you right now.
You can't see it, though.
If I catch it, you're going directly in timeout because that's the only option I've got.
We can block them. We can block them. I think they're already blocked. Leslie B is knocking heads. And
yeah, I can block.
I think Mystery Lady got one. Yeah, they're hidden. They're not allowed here no more. Hey, keep sending them, Ern. That's $6 so far. Thank you. Hey, Ernie, that goes to my monetization. How much money do you have on monetization? Oh, that's right.
The same amount he sent me when he pledged.
Yeah, that's right. He ain't.
I think $40 in gas to get him up there. Or?
Oh Lord, yeah, 30 to get him up
well,
there.
we don't have any pop, so I'm gonna give her some money to get some pop with.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
I love you.
Love you.
I found something you won't believe what it is. I'm gonna bring it here and show it to you.
Okay. Keep on bringing it. Bring that money. Bring that money. Keep sending them greenbacks. That's right, Leslie. Tell them. We are equal opportunity money acceptor, Ernie. Thank you. Thank you for having your loyal subs. Bring some money over here. Actually, a lot of your loyal subs are here saying they're done with you because of the way you act. Not because of the way I did anything. Not because of anything I've said. Because of the stuff you've done. Chew on that, little fella. You see, I knew what was going on. I'm Ernie Shell, treasure hunter.
He has seen the doctor, Heather. I just said I've got him appointments, and I took him to the appointments.
Yeah, he saw the doctor.
He saw the doctor, and he got prescriptions, and he lied to me about it and told me she told him not to take the prescriptions, and it was a lie.
Then he went on YouTube and said they were way more expensive than what he got.
$1,500, and you know what? The ones that she wanted to give him were like $1,500. And do you know how good-hearted this woman is? She went on her own, signed him up for a manufacturer assistance program where he could get this medication for free. That was almost $1,500, and he didn't even care enough to take her up on the deal. He cared enough to see her until he got that note, and then he was out of here. And she can even do telehealth and everything. So being in New York is no excuse.
That link is for Glamorous Live. Yes, you can come up, Glam. You're fine.
Sorry, Heather, if I sound like I was frustrated or yelling at you. I wasn't. You don't have to say you're sorry. I'm just frustrated with the whole situation. Love you too, Rubencitos.
All right. Come on up, Glam. Glamorous Life has donated $75 for us to play games over the last few nights. And she's an amazing person. Show me your face, Ern. Ah, you can sit back there. I got somebody more important right now.
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Good. Hey, beautiful people. Hey guys. Um, I don't want to barge in, so I'll wait if you guys are done, and then I'll talk. When you're
Oh,
so
go ahead.
go ahead.
okay. Okay. Just a few things I wanted to say. I've kind of been just absent and got things going on, and I'm catching up a little. Um, Things I wanted to talk about, just behind the scenes. With I heard something about Jimbo and what he's going through, and when I heard that, it really just broke me down. Sorry. I'm sorry, and I'm praying for you. And I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
As I think a lot of you know, is that I have four. Okay, sorry. I really try to do. I have four older brothers. Two of them right now have cancer. One has lung, one has throat. I lost my 38-year-old brother to stage 4 colorectal cancer in 1998. His name is Quino. He was a Miami police officer. Okay. My mother's fraternal twin died of colon cancer. My mother had ovarian cancer, which is connected or uterine. She was able to actually beat stage 4 cancer miraculously by having a complete hysterectomy. My other remaining one brother who never has had cancer every year has a colonoscopy because of the gene that I am the only one that has not been brave enough to test to see if I have it as well. The only thing that would say that I don't have it is that I don't have the same father. My four older brothers have a different father. For some strange reason in my head, I'm like, please give me this side's gene pool and not this one because we have that gene that is a 50-50 chance of getting it. Okay, then to give that background. So that's really near and dear to me with that. Okay. That's really like really. So I pray that you don't have it, Jimbo, and that's a false
I
positive.
didn't.
And
Thank
I
you.
swear you are in my prayers every day. And a lot of times I stay back a little bit because it's just so close to the fire. Because I know what you're going through, and I know what this all means. But I will be getting your merch. I did see a little bit of that. I don't know if I'm making noise. Can I be heard? Okay. Am I okay?
Yeah, there's a little background noise. That's,
Am I doing? I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's you.
I don't have.
Probably my dog sniffing around.
No, I hear a TV or something.
I don't have.
Oh, let me go in here and mute my TV.
Oh no, that's okay. I didn't know if it was me or not. So I didn't want to like be okay. So get that out, and I really don't know everything that's going on. So I'm on a loop with a lot of stuff, but I did before I came in here for like 5 minutes check into the other room because I wanted to see what it was combative against before I kind of went in here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get like all involved in this stuff because Jimbo knows like the stuff that I've gone through in the past, and I've been on here for 9 years, and not like they've been here for like a year. So this is all their first rodeo in 9 years. They will handle it. All of you who are new will handle things differently. You'll know what just doesn't work, when to just really what to do because all of this just doesn't work. I do know this, I'm here for a reason because I have been here 9 years, and I do know the truth when it sounds like the truth. Every single time from the very beginning in talking to Jimbo, and nobody here can say that I'm gossiping with anybody else, and that's purposely because it I don't want to. I don't want that negativity, number 1. I want the glass half full. I want positivity. I want goodness. It doesn't mean that people who want that always do the right thing because you can get easily dragged into it when you're the target. it was my first rodeo. I did the same thing. I reacted the same way, so I don't judge. I was the same. I did the same thing. Okay, I'll move along quick. I don't want to ramble on. Jimbo's always been completely transparent. I remember reaching out to him the first time and giving him this wordy question like I do, and he answered wordy back and was never anything gracious, always a gentleman, always very transparent, and always answered completely 100% honestly and took any kind of, criticism or anything like that. And I recently gave him a couple of receipts that I know hasn't even shown, and I respect that, and I now say that he can because I just want to say my little bit of my truth. Um, One thing, and Savannah, I gave Ernie $200 for gas money to go get Savannah on that night. Jimbo has the receipt. He's not shown it because he's that respectful. Anybody else would go out there and just show it. He now has my permission to show the proof and where it says finding our Savannah that went to Ernie. He now has my permission to show it because I think it's important for people to see. Because all I see going on in Ernie's chat, and hello, Ernie, because you're streaming this, Mega, I've always loved you in other chats. I feel for you because you're in love. I completely feel for you. I understand why you lied for him because you believe the bigger message of everything going on. I believe that you're being disrespected. He never should have shown another woman's ass and said it was yours. You are deserving of so much more than this. And my email is always open to you, not when and if you guys don't make it, but when you don't make it, because you won't make it. This will not go through to anything but a bad ending. And you're a MAGA, which means you're Trump country, which means you want the truth. You know that you're lying for him because you believe in the greater good, just like many other people did. We believed that Ernie was being bullied. I love kids, but I wasn't there for the kids. I loved everything else. I was there because I believed that he was I didn't believe it was PTSD on the highway. I believed that he was schizophrenic and having episodes. And that's what I believed. I never said that because that's embarrassing. So I would just nod my head and cheer on. I never believed 80% of the stupid, just dumb lies that Ernie said because he never followed through. I
He still
never believed, I never did. I may have cheered along because my greater good was this man's bullied and he's mentally ill. That's all that I cared about. And I guarantee you, I'm not alone. I guarantee you, there are good people who have given just for that, don't follow along closely, but just for that. So the one receipt is me showing that. Now I've given him other money that is for stupid stuff like buy yourself coffee, buy yourself this. I don't care. That's stuff that I would normally do anyways. That I don't care about. Number two, I wanted to, in my limited conversations with Ernie, usually Mega was there a couple of different times, and he can't say anything different. They were about helping him grow on this group of people that he has here that believe in him. So I helped him get his LLC. There's a cheaper way to do it, but Jimbo has the receipt. I paid $4.50 or something to LegalZoom. You can show the receipts to buy him his Ernie Shell LLC. I did that. I filled out the forms. I did all that. Quite soon after, like the very day, he was talking very grandiose and it was good. It was like pump it up, let's do the shirts, do all this stuff. He then, that wasn't enough. He said to me that I know how we can take rap down. We can buy the Soldar trademark. I want you to look into that and have and get that for me, like an order, like kind of get that for. That's how I took it. I said a little fib and said, "Oh, I'll look into it," knowing that I'm kind of done here because my want to be here is to help you go forward, not to help take rap down. I don't want to take rap down. I don't want it. I just, you know, I just don't care. I, I just don't care. It's not my fight. It's not positive. He knows the angles to do that. The ways to do that is to gather harassment. If it's enough, you do the things like with Nicolina before. He's had her address. He could shut up, like was advised to him for a while, let her keep on long enough with videos if she wanted to. I'm not saying she wanted to, and then go forward because you all have her address, but it, it's more lucrative to say it this way. It's lucrative. Okay. If you really want the answer, what I said with 9 years experience, having gone through this is the way to actually do it. If you really want to do it. Don't, you won't take that advice. So I backed away from that. I then kind of avoided his calls because I knew he was going to ask me for something because I did lay out that bigger chunk of money. I avoided it. I can have proof of that. I avoided it. Just laying it out there. Okay. He then called and, or he then emailed and said, and he doesn't, or he texted and said, which I have the proof, which I can show, and Jimbo has the proof to show that. That said, we want to rent out your beach condo. Kind of freaked me out because I don't remember ever, or your beach cottage. I don't remember to him ever calling it a cottage, what I was back then. So I'm like, did I have an old video? Or did I mention it to him that way sometime? Like, no biggie, whatever. But at that time, we were all thinking he wasn't with her. And he did say, "We want to rent out your beach condo." Well, I've never said I had it anymore. It's always been known that I sold that to get to where I'm living at now, um, and that's gone. So I politely told him that. Then he came back to me later, after calling a few times, not getting a hold of me, and said, "Oh, I'm okay. I hope I can get a car to go to the airport tomorrow." Basically, dry e-begging for me to buy him a car or to get him a car or a ride there. And I don't know, Jimbo, was court the next day on that date I gave you? Was that accurate, actually?
It was actually, I think it was the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
E Squared's and Ocean Lovers event was the 24th. He had court on the 26th. So he was trying to rent a car, but was um, telling everybody he was getting a plane. And he was trying to get you to rent him a car.
Right. And I think, I don't know, what did I do after that? Did I just not respond? I don't even remember. But that was the last, I think, one of the last correspondence or something.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a response.
I'll provide that. I'll even provide a video of my logs if needed for anybody, just to not give. I don't want to give him any more harm. I'm not trying to do for. I'm first do no harm right here. I want no harm to come, but I just want to have this so it could help Jimbo not be attacked anymore or any other good people, or just to kind of just tell my story because I see laughing going on there. I see laughing and teasing, and all of this stuff going on over there, which is very just mean. Ernie, if you're listening to this, this is so, this is just not, it's just not, you hurt a lot of people. And it's not me because it's mine is like so minor in comparison to the people who were deeply involved and who really, really just, um, really cared. And, you know, I know that we're not perfect and everything, but now I question if you're even those episodes on the highway were even real. And with that, this may not be popular, but I'm sorry if I ever had a harsh word against anybody who said whatever. I don't even know what's going on. All I know is that Jimbo is always been, and he did when even when he was on that side, quote unquote, he never went that far. You can say the stupid thing about the trunk thing. I always took that as like it was a joke that Ernie did it, and that's what even Jimbo said. He reacted quickly in that moment, and then it got cleared up. It's a really nothing burger. There's a nothing burger on Jimbo all along. Anything that's been whatever has been a quick reactionary thing of the first time or supporting a friend or believing. The proof is in the pudding. He's got really beautiful kids. Just look at the truth. Take everything out. Look at the truth. There and now it's this 12 is 12 thing. No, I'm sorry. The legal thing is legal matter is a minor married a minor. And that's what Ernie and all of you all over there said for months and months. The only thing you can say now is this. Remember, smart, critical thinking people who are lurking, and you're the majority of people lurking, you probably are the ones who would have silently helped Ernie. Because I know how you do it. You don't want it to be known because people then hit you up for money. I know how it is. The silent lurkers listen and know that when he's saying this, it's because he has nothing else to use on this man. This man sitting here right here has been very transparent about any flaw or mistake he's made, which are not that many, and they're pretty much a nothing burger. He does have accomplishments. He has failures. He has many more accomplishments and a family that stayed together. There's like, look at him and what he's accomplished. Take everything, and all you can do is attack him and say something about it. First of all, the truth be told, I think, and Velma is not going to get mad. Please don't get mad. I happen to think, I truly happen to think that Jimbo is more attractive than Ernie. Number one,
Well,
I'm just
thank
going to
you.
be
So do
shallow
I.
for a second. I'm going to be shallow for a second because he's stocky. As far as on the outside scale, he's stocky and more manly. I think that Ernie has a pretty face, and this is just shallow and means nothing. Okay, I'm going to go quickly. He's got that little cute face, but he's a little thing, and um, I guarantee you, the people that I've known have not. I've never wanted Ernie like that. Never. He did always remind me of my brother that I lost of cancer because he was a pretty boy too, but he was a lot taller. Whatever. Anyways, that's just the truth, and it's also very attractive when a man is a family man and has stood in his with his family. Look at Molly with her smile. Look at how accepting he is of her coming out. Look at they're happy. There's no need to mute the microphone or go away or make up these lies all the time because you're covering up. He's out there. Like, critically think. Don't take anything I say as like word. Don't believe me. Trust no one. Trust absolutely no one. Really. Just look into it yourself. Okay. That's all I wanted to say. Sorry if I rambled on. And I hope that was I rambling, Jimbo? Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So, hi guys.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to say anything about the money you sent to him because, I know I know that when you found out that he didn't go look for Savannah at all, and he didn't
Yeah,
even offer to send any of it back, that was kind of a hurtful thing for you.
that was it. It was like, okay, thank you for reminding me. It was like, dude, I would have probably said, take half for this. At the time, in my head, I remember Jimbo was driving you around for a lot. I think I probably would have said, keep half for yourself because you know how I do things, and give half to him for the gas of you guys going and buy lunch or something. I know I wouldn't have asked for it back and been like petty, but I would have done something like that, or even just said thank you and do you want this back? But it was literally nothing. It
Sarah
was
Smile said, "So you've given hundreds."
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, just if you just the $500 for the LLC, the 200 for the Savannah, that's 700 right there.
And then all that dumb, it was my mistake, and he never asked for that stupid money that I gave on that island thing. That was dumb. That
Oh
was
yeah, I
on
forgot
me.
about that.
That was never asked. That was so dumb. And .com, you really, I think of you all the time that I want to do something dumb because I'm like that. I am really giving and I can be dumb, really dumb. Like my dad was FDIC, Mr. Did money everything well. And the one thing he said is, dear, I love you, but you are horrible with money and finances. And I just am because I really just it's my way to show love is to give like that. It is, and I have learned though because I've learned. So, anyways, yeah, and just money along the way for things that I normally would anyways that I really don't care about and I don't regret because I was feeling it. But and I also the thing too, Meg. Oh hey, baby. Okay. Um, Along the way, Mega. I know that you're in love. I know you're feeling. I know how you're feeling. I know what you're going through. Um, I if I could wave a magic wand, I wish you
Calm
guys.
way down.
But this man that you're with has zero
Calm way
self.
down, buddy.
He will never admit his
Calm
wrong.
way down.
He has zero
Calm way
EQ.
down.
You know what EQ means. He has zero self awareness.
He does.
Zero.
Calm way down.
And he will we are objects to be, I'm dealing with this right now. I've gone whatever, I'm not gonna get in my personal life, but um we'll all always be objects. He's very charismatic, but you will easily be forgotten.
He
Sad,
showed that over the last couple of days. Look,
really.
look what Leslie's done for him, and then
Yeah.
Mama T. So I heard they rekindled their friendship today, but
Oh,
he got
really?
right after her. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
You see
Okay.
what Blue on Black said?
No, I'm not looking at chat because I don't want to go
I put
back.
it on the screen. He says, "Send me 700. I will cook for you and rub your feet."
Oh, you know what? I got a weakness for anything long. I got a weakness for smart men. What do they call that? Is it sapiopath or something where your attraction is towards smart men? To me, it's always been smart men, smart, like and funny, but smart. I like smart people. The rubbing of the feet are pretty good because mine are kind of like you know hurting right now, but.
He's a smart man, a police officer, or in law
Oh,
enforcement,
dude.
in
Yeah.
law enforcement somehow, um, and it's gonna rub your feet.
Okay. No, no, no. Because, my ex husband would do it for like literally 30 seconds and then his mind would drift. And it's like, oh, honey, just rub more. Oh, oh funny. But,
Some chat here.
let me try to pull that up so I can
I
read
do
it.
think he is a narcissist. Yes, I believe that.
Something along that lines. I mean, I never like when people do that because once you really know a real one, you know that people use that like lightly all the time. But
It
it's
is used very, very lightly.
yeah,
It really is.
but it sounds like it, and I believe because I still see things I know as like the glass half full that Mega is she is lying because she's not that stupid but she's a doctor. I mean, from what I heard, and you're doing it for the greater good. You think that this is like the ends justify the means. And another thing too was that I remember that too. When I really believe that Ernie was in the cold because what's called dry e-begging is when you mention something subtly in chat and you know that your people will then feel for you because you do have this cult maintain your that's why I never went along for this like um ride or die. You're not going to ride or die with somebody that you met online. If you say that and really are meaning that, you're in for a fall. You can't ride or die for someone you know on the internet. You can do that for your kids, for your wife, something, but not on the internet. But I remember just wanting to know, and he was, you know, probably with Maga, and if Maga does live in this really expensive house and is a physician, and with him now for like supposedly a year, or even if it's 6 months or whatever, there's no reason why he'd have to get that out of his subscribers.
Right.
That's wrong to do. His woman would supply that because she's not just an LPN or something. She is an MD, if this is what this
She
is.
is. She is.
Oh,
Listen, when E Squared was at the emergency room,
mhm.
or I don't know if was it the emergency room when MAGA wanted to call down there and tell them doctors how to treat you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I was going from one ER to the other when I was having those high fevers.
Yeah,
The side effect, right?
yeah.
With
She
your
wanted to call them, doctor to doctor, and tell them how that she thought E Squared should be treated.
Yeah,
oh,
Tried to do
and
that.
her,
She tried to
her
do that
not
crap
even
to me
examined
too.
me or looked at me or anything.
Yeah. Oh, in case anybody's confused, E Squared is logged into my StreamYard. So she is when she posts in the chat, it shows as the stand.
Yeah, I just noticed that. So I've been trying to include in there this is E or this is
It's
E
fine.
squared.
It's fine.
I'm not trying to pretend to be
No,
you.
it's fine. I was trying to figure it out. I was in there like, because I was going to block them. I was like, somebody's posting as me. I went to block and it was like, I couldn't block because it is me. I'm like, what the hell? The more and more I watched the chat and saw that you were responding to people, I was like, damn, that's E Square.
I didn't know you could do that if you're logged in. It makes sense though because you're in there under that account, so it makes sense.
Yeah, she's an admin on my StreamYard.
Okay,
When she
okay,
logs
makes
in,
sense.
she can log in as the stand,
Yeah, I could he could be off in Florida somewhere, and I could get on here and do a live on his channel and not
Yeah.
even tell him. But I would never do that. I would never do that. But I have access to do that.
Let me try to pull up the thing here too.
My
Because
son's
do I still
listening
want
to
me to step
Tupac.
down? Can I stay here, or do you want me to?
You can hang out if you want to.
Okay, if you want me to go down or anything, you guys just let me know.
We won't be on too much longer.
Okay.
It's as Nicolina likes to say, it's almost supper time here at Colin's house after midnight. Freedom of speech, I think she's just like a basic MD, medical doctor. I don't know for sure. I know when Ernie set up his Amazon wish list, he called me and wanted me to order a necklace off of it because it was cheap. It was a yin yang necklace. He's like, order that necklace and see if it shows you the where it's shipped to. the address because I don't want her doxxed. And I'm like, okay. And then I said, you really think people are going to send you things knowing you're with a doctor? And he goes, oh, bro, I already got five people wanting to send me something. I was like, okay. But anyway, she was in the background saying, Ernie, let's just tell them who I am. He was like, no, we don't want the trolls get a hold of it. We want the trolls get a hold of it. And then she told me, I could hear her. She was like, Jimbo, the only thing I'm worried about is me losing my medical license. So she is a doctor.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
And
Definitely.
when I had the leg swelling when Thelma was in jail and I was going to the emergency room, she was giving me advice and asking me what ER I was going to. She wanted to call and all that stuff. And no, it didn't give her address. It just gave the city where she lived. And I told Ernie that. And he's like, oh, they won't find her here. So, okay. You don't give them enough credit. Wasn't long after that, I saw that her house was on the market, $700 and some thousand. Just some good stuff.
Yeah, Mega, you're with what you say, we have the same political beliefs, and I remember seeing you. I'm also a mod over in other true crime areas, and I remember seeing you like, "Hey, girl!" Before I knew all this stuff, you were there, and I always thought you were really smart and really cool. I do wish that things would work out. I'm not a naysayer, but it won't. You're in for a world of hurt. Don't give him too much money. You are way more beautiful than to have him post pictures of other people's ass. You're way more beautiful. You guys have been, you don't, he's not doing this for the money because quite frankly, you have the money. And if he wanted to, he could do a business, fairly without all these lies on the side. He could do something to, so he's not a taken care of husband. He could do all this because you are blessed with the ability to have the starter money. I don't know how you justify him still taking in these money amounts. Maybe you don't know what he takes in from people. Maybe you don't. But when you said he doesn't lie, going through residency, 8 years of college, everything you went through, you know that that's impossible for anyone to say. You know he's a liar. And if he told you he doesn't sleep in the first dates, you either know he's a lie for saying that, or he didn't sleep with you at first because he didn't want to. Both of those should be very disturbing to you. Both of those. You're mega country. You know what Trump would say about this. You know what Trump would say about this situation. He's Biden. No matter what he says, I'm sorry. I won't gonna make it political. I'm sorry. Because I'm actually very socially liberal. Like I'm all for, you know, LGBTQ rights and all that stuff. It's just fiscally the other side, like giving money to countries that want to kill us and stuff.
Mystery Lady's house is worth more than hers, and she's not even a doctor.
Mystery Lady. We have a cop who would rub your feet.
Mystery Lady's married.
Well, good. Oh, see? She's a beautiful lady. She's funny, too. I love her comments.
She is hilarious. She's hilarious. Good friend, as true as they come, too. She would, I think she'd take a hammer to somebody's head for me. I believe she would. And I got her back, too.
Yes. You're very, very... you're very loyal, and I bet I can't read, and I really don't know everything that's gone on. When I get a notification still, I go there and the streams are down. And because I talk to nobody besides like you and Alicia, and that's it. The last time I talked to Southern Girl was, or whatever, was when I was over in her chat. Not that I have any ill will towards her, but I felt like, at the end when I said, I supports and really like Jimbo and whatever. I felt that she was disappointed that what she said in her chat room didn't resonate with me. And I was willing to be her friend regardless as if she liked Jimbo or not, but not if, you thought that I should change my mind because I think I'm right and you think you're right. But that should have had nothing to do with us kind of, we only knew each other a very little bit. I just basically only talked to Alicia and Jimbo. That's it. Nobody else can say I talked to them. I talked to nobody, just them. Because
Yeah.
they let me go for days and not answer back and they want to see if I'm okay, but they don't pressure me on, they, and they give me uplifting things and we can do a little gossip that's not like bad, but maybe just like filling in on something, but never anything harmful or mean or it's just real. It's real. Like it's real. It's just
TC, you can't lose a medical license because of a comment on YouTube. That's true. But Ernie had her believing that the trolls would call her job and get her fired because he says they get him fired everywhere he goes. He had me convinced of it too. I think he just
mhm.
quits. I don't think he wants to work. I think he wants to lay on YouTube and or Facebook and get money donations. I mean, he's ran through so many different PayPal accounts and Cash App accounts. It's not even funny. So he's just, he's well known as a scammer. How many
Well,
of y'all checked out Horror Mass News? Have you ever seen that, Glamorous Love?
no, I've never heard of that. Horror
Horror
mask.
Mask News. I'm gonna put it in the tag
Okay, let me go
on
check that.
Facebook.
Let me pull up my YouTube side and I'll mute it real quick. I'm going to mute here so that when that comes up, it doesn't come up here. Hold on a second.
It's and this is I have no idea who runs this Facebook page. Ernie thought it was me. It's not. He thought it was Chris Lewis. It's not because Chris Lewis was in jail. The last few posts that were made on there. Um, Whoever it is has a lot of info on Ernie, and you want to talk about scamming. This person here details it in depth for years and years of Ernie scams.
Okay, I'm going to check that out. Yeah,
And Ernie making videos saying that instead of calling them trolls, he calls them haters. The haters, you cost me my family. Haters, you cost me my job. Haters, you cost me my way to make an income. Haters did this and haters did that. Just like he does the trolls now, right? I mean, just wait. It's uncanny. Wait till you see it. It'll
okay,
take like if you look at all of it, it'll take you 2 or 3 days.
well, I remember because I've been on here so long. I remember when Ernie came back before this, and he didn't stay around that long. Do you remember that? He came back for a stint before this stint. Like I don't know if it was during the California boys case. Remember the California Orlin and Orson? Do you remember that thing? And BK was involved in that. If anybody's around, that's kind of old school. He was here for a little bit and then left, and then came back for this. But the minute that I saw him, I knew that he was like a bullshitter because you can just kind of tell. It's the stories are just so over the top that you just don't believe it. But we all have that uncle that just tells those over the top stories, I guess, that you don't believe. Is that how you thought too, Jimbo? Or was that just, I mean,
I
you
know
knew
all
that
about
about
the uncle
him?
that nobody believes. What is that, sweet tea?
Taste that. Good.
Oh, Lord, yeah, it's good. Is it sugar free?
It's got Splenda in it.
It's good.
What's
Ooh,
yours?
what is that?
Sweet tea. Big old cup too. I'll be peeing for days.
It's made out of Splenda. It's made out of Splenda.
It's
Is
so
it
heavy.
all
my shoulder.
Splenda? Is it all Splenda? How much do you put in there? Because I found because of you guys, my y'all people, the extra sweet tea. Oh my god, it's so good, but it's
It
like
is good. Yeah.
9
She puts
million
extra in there.
calories.
She puts extra in there. I think she puts 4 cups for like a 2-quart pitcher, maybe half gallon.
What kind of
Like
tea
that.
do you use with it? What kind of tea?
Just like Lipton tea bags.
Lipton tea bags? And then let it steep for a while, and then add the Splenda, and then the ice?
She boils the tea bags and like or does them in the coffee pot. So
Uh-huh,
we don't take coffee.
okay.
We just got a coffee pot for tea, and then makes the pot of the tea or whatever. She pours that in, and then the sugar, and then fills the rest with cold water and ice.
So, what's your verdict on the Splenda kind?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna try that.
Can I clear up one thing real quick while I've got it on my mind?
Yeah.
Because I did tell a little fib on his channel, and I didn't mean to, when he brought up the $700 thing on my Cash App, which I still don't know how he saw that, unless he
You
went
know
to
how
my
he saw
phone.
it. You know how he saw it.
I said there has never been $700 on my Cash App account ever, and I forgot. I went back through and I was looking, and there was 1 month where I had been using my other debit card. I have a house payment. I have to save what little money I do get to go towards my house payment, $700 a month. So I had put it on my regular debit card, and I was trying to use it on the website, or my mom was, because she handles it. She was trying to use it on the website, and it wouldn't take it. So I said, here, try this one. So I transferred it to the Cash App card for her to try that one. And it clearly shows, and I sent Jimbo a picture of it, clearly shows that it was a transfer from another card. It was not sent from a human being. It was not a donation. It was not anything like that. Nobody has ever sent me $700 on my Cash App. But I just wanted to clear up, because I said with all authority that there had never been $700 on my Cash App card. And that was a fib, because I forgot. But all it was a transfer from one card to another, because she couldn't get my regular debit card to work. That's all it was. And, however he saw that, it was wrong. You shouldn't go through people's stuff. You shouldn't look at people's stuff that doesn't belong to you. But I just wanted to clear that up, that yes, there was at one point $700 on my Cash App, but that's because I transferred it there. It was not a donation. So there.
Thank you, Axe redeemed, $2 cash app or a $2 super chat. Prayers for all. Thank you.
I know, Mystery Lady, it's nobody's business, but I just don't want people out here thinking that I'm getting $700 donations from people. It never happened.
Tell him how the only way he could have got that.
The only way he could have seen that is if he got in my phone when I was asleep when we were at the hotel, or some other time when I laid my phone down at Jimbo's house and walked away. I feel safe at Jimbo's house. I set my purse down. I set my wallet down. Whatever I've got in my hands, when I walk in the door, I set it on the counter or whatever. Walk off, walk back outside, hang out with Thelma. So the only way he could have saw that was to get in my phone and look. Period. Yep. That's the only way to see it, is get in somebody's phone.
Do you have the lock button on your phone to where when you open it up that it has to put the passcode in, or is it just open?
I do now, but there has been times when I haven't.
When it's just been open to see? Okay.
Yeah.
I actually hate, I've always been.
That's the only way. I mean, there's no other way besides calling the number on the little card. He could have got a hold of my card and called the number, or he saw it on the app. I mean, that's the only two ways to get somebody's balance, is to call the number or look at the app that I know of. So either way, it was wrong, you know?
Yeah, there's the only way he can get anything like that is to be, you know, dishonest.
I mean, I have bills to pay. There are certain points when I have money because I save every dime I get, no matter how I get it. I save every dime I get to make sure my children have a home. Of course, I might only have it for a day or two because I pay my bills.
Well, of
I mean,
course.
everybody has bills.
Exactly.
How does he
That's
think I pay my bills? With money. I
that's
mean,
if that's all he's got to say. I mean, logical people would go, and your point would be,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
what's the
everybody acted
point?
like it was a big deal because I had
Like a
$700
nothing
in my
burger.
cash app. Well,
It's a
guess
nothing
what?
burger.
My house payment's like $687 or something, and my mom takes care of it, so I usually just give her $700 even, and she puts the rest towards my car insurance or whatever else, because she helps me with a lot of my bills because my mind, that chemo affects my mind, and if it was up to me to pay all my bills with no help, my lights would be getting shut off because I'd forget what date it was due, things like that. Um, so she helps me with stuff like that. So that's all it was. It was a transfer. It even shows on there the last 4 digits of the card it was transferred from, which is my card. But the bottom line is it's nobody's business, and the bottom line is the only two ways he would have known that, like I said, was to either look on my phone or actually get the physical card and call it to see what the balance was. And either one of those ways is shady, and you shouldn't be touching other people's stuff.
Yeah, and to mention it, if people would just kind of like sit back and watch and go, how many ways are we going to get taken off of like what really, because now it's all this defending, and I get that has to go on because of the complete crap show that's going to get tried to be thrown at Jimbo. And it's like, wow, this has turned into a real cluster F because this is so wrong off of the original thing, and they're just going to make money off of it. They're going to make money, gather new people. Although looking over there, the little bit that I did, and I promise you, but then when you do, because I'm not even subbed actually, but they come up still because you were and you have peeked in. So the key thing is to like not peek in for a while, so then it won't actually ever come up. That's the only way, because you get curious, like why? Okay, why is there this many people in here?
Or
And
maybe I had it open and he's peeping over my shoulder, but even that's creepy. I mean, you don't do that. I mean,
No, people deserve their privacy.
oh,
um,
definitely.
I've racked my brain. How could he have seen that? And that's really, I guess, 3 ways now that I can think of. Maybe I was checking it and he was peeping over my shoulder or something. I don't know. But either way, it's a violation. And he was doing it to make me look bad. He said, here she was with $700, drawing a check and begging people for money. Well, number one, if you notice, like we discussed before, I haven't asked for money in a long time because I did for a little while have it worked out where I was getting a check. And at the time that I was asking people, no, I was not getting a check because what was happening is I draw short-term disability through my workplace, and they have to get a note from the doctor, and it's only good for a certain period of time. And the first 2 doctors that I had to get notes from were surgeons. So the first one only approved it for 6 weeks. Then when that expired, I had to go through the whole process again with my second surgeon. He approved it for 6 weeks. Then it ended. Then I had to go through the whole process again with my third doctor, which is now my chemo doctor. And now he approved it long term. But what happened was my short term disability, you're only allowed to draw it for so many weeks. And then they automatically have to switch you over to long term disability. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. On September 30th, I think, was the last date that I could draw short term disability. So now I'm in the process of, I have to get a new claim number, a new caseworker, a new medical record sent in, all of that, because now it's switching over to long term. Where the short term, I got to check every week for those 6 weeks, those 2 times, and then up to September 30th. And now on long term, it goes from, I was drawing 80% of my pay on short term. Now on long term, it's only going to be 60% of my pay, and it's only going to be once a month instead of once a week. So now I'm back to the stage where I'm getting everything, all the paperwork sent in and all that. So I haven't drawn a check and will not draw another check until at least the first week of November, since September 30th, because they only send them out at the first week of each month on long term. So now that I've been switched to long term and I'm getting all the medical records sent in and all of that, as long as they get everything in on time, I should get a check the first week of November. Now, doctor's office or MetLife decide to drag their feet, it may turn into December 1st, and I hope and pray that's not the case. It's looking like it's going to be November, so I'm praying and keeping my faith in God that first week in November I should get my first long-term disability check. But like I said, it's going to be cut down all the way to 60% of my pay. So I'm going to have to get something on the side, whether it's making some kind of crafts or doing something. Now, thankfully, my son's almost 16. He'll be 16 in November. So he's going to get a job to help out. But it's sad that I have to have my child do that. It really is. I hate that. But he wants to work. I'm not forcing him to work, nor would I ever. I would do anything I could not, if he didn't want to work, I would never force him to. I'd try to find a job where I could sit down, something like that. Flexibility if I got sick and needed to leave and go home. But it's hard to find a job like that. It's hard to find a job that's going to work with you, because you're sick. But thankfully I've got a child that loves his mama and is willing to help out. So, I'm thankful for that. God has really blessed me with some really wonderful children. And my daughter just let me borrow $250 last month, And do you know how hard it is to have to call your child and ask for $250 of their hard-earned money? She's 17 years old. She's worked at Taco Bell for over a year. She got a job within the first month of turning 16, and she's kept the same job this whole time. Over a year, she's worked at Taco Bell, and she saves her money. She uses it for gas. She uses it to buy lunch when she's at work, things like that. But, she didn't think a thing of it. But to me, it's humiliating, to have to ask your 17-year-old child to help you pay a bill, and I hate that I have to do that, but I did, and I'll pay her back, I'll pay her back, and she knows that. But you got to do what you've got to do to survive, but I'm not going to do it in a con artist way. I'm not going to get out here and con people, especially if I had a doctor husband or a doctor boyfriend living with me. I wouldn't be asking my children for money. I'd be telling them to give me some money. I wouldn't be asking you guys for money. when I'm living with somebody that's making a doctor's salary, and I'm
Right.
posting pictures at all these fancy marinas and all these fancy meals with these fancy people in these suits and dresses and fancy drinks in their hands, and that meal probably costs more than my electric bill this month. You know what I mean? And then turn around and ask the viewers to send money. That's ridiculous.
But you can look at yourself in the mirror, you're squared, and actually the way that you're doing it with your daughter helping you first is actually the right way to do it.
Yeah.
I've learned that now because family should help family first. It shouldn't be people online. I've learned
Right.
that from experience. It should be your neighbors, your church, your family, all of that first before that. And we online should remember that to look around in our own families to see if they need help and reach out to them. And even if it's, I can't imagine, I know how you would feel, but remember this, you've given her such pride in doing that for you. That's a positive memory, not negative. That's positive that she'll always have, that she did for her mama who did for her. So
Right.
there's, and you will feel better that you did that. That's right. It's the easier way is to get from strangers. I know. Um, but the right way is to get it from your family first and your
Yeah. And that just shows, when I do ask you guys, it's a last case priority. I mean, it's like a situation that is immediate. You know what I mean? Like I
sure.
have no other choice. And the money that I borrowed from her, I just want to say, is not money that she had made from her job. What had happened was a long time ago she had bought some concert tickets. It's getting closer to the time of the concert. She found out she wasn't going to be able to go. So she sold the concert tickets, and that's the money that I borrowed from her, was the money that she made from the concert tickets.
You're not like that, you squared. I mean, if anybody watches, you're not a person who has been like that at all. There are people who are like that. And I just want to ask real quick if I could, and this is the only thing I'll say and I'll bite my tongue. If I click on your wish list, Jimbo or Jimmy, am I going to see $500 cameras, many of them listed? Am I going to see all that? You've gotten lots of offers for lots of help. People have given you this and you get a circle jerk, and nobody's willing to say that really out loud, but I for one don't care. I don't like it. And I think you've taken advantage of people. And don't attack Jimbo. He doesn't feel that way. I don't know how he feels or anybody else. I'm speaking for myself.
I'll be right back.
I think you've taken advantage of people. And I think that if I look on there and I don't see some food or something like a necessity, or even just like little treats, it's fine. But if I see $500 cameras, whatever, dude. Next. Hate me if you want, but that's how I feel. Because you pissed me off because, people have given to you and you just did something else with it.
I'll tell you one thing, you look at mine and it's necessities. It's
And people can have wishes on there because people do want to give like good things. But when I saw on other people, and it's not his, I saw somebody else's that kind of like, whoa. It wasn't just like a few, because that's totally fine. Like a few, because people do like giving big things. But some people have like the whole thing. It was full of like tons of stuff. And it's like, that's the hugest turnoff to people. That's a way to get people to like not help you. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, people in chat. You know what I'm saying is
I've
true.
been muted. I've been trying to talk. I've been muted.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I've been muted. I didn't even realize I muted myself.
Until Lord talking.
I mean, I was like, let me show y'all this book right quick. Let me show you. And I kept saying it, and I was like, and I looked up, and I'm like, damn, I'm muted. I muted myself. I want to show y'all something. Like Mama C was wanting to show it earlier, and we were in the middle of something. But this little, like, I highly suggest this. This book we had made, you can have that made on lulu.com, not Hulu, Lulu, LULU.com. It's a photos memory book, and you can submit pictures, digital pictures. You can scan whatever you got. But here's some pictures. Like, if you can see me, let me make it bigger right quick. Let me see. I can show y'all. They're not gone. They're just all right. So that's Hunter.
Oh, I love that.
Hunter's laying here. He was 2 years old, and we didn't know he had asthma. And he had a severe asthma attack, and it almost killed him. Here he is laying here. And when he was in the hospital, Molly had just been born. That little bitty baby that Sarah's holding, and it's in these other pictures. That's Molly.
Oh gosh, look at
I went from hospital to hospital.
Yep. Molly was what, a week old?
Molly came home that day from the hospital. That next day I was in the hospital with Hunter, and she went with me.
Thelma never left Hunter, and I went home with Molly and came back and forth. Yeah, I came home to see Molly and come back and forth. Like, I went and got food and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but Molly stayed with me. You had the other two.
Yeah.
Me and
Velma,
Mom.
I want your house. I want your kitchen. I want your view. I want your huge TV. I love that look. I love the whole like
I'm
family
cooking. I
kitchen.
can't help.
All that
Oh,
stuff.
what? Oh, what did he do? Take you through my house?
Yes, when he said how dirty it was.
We did a video the other day and showed
Oh
everybody.
yeah, I just want to explain something about that. For one, she pushed somebody out of the way. Natalie does my dishes for me. They live here with us, and she was doing the dishes. Well,
They live here
she got
rent-free.
upset, even though she called for this person to come up here.
E squared, she's on here.
E Square. She got upset because you showed up. And at the time I didn't know what was going on because I was dealing with some other stuff, which I'm always dealing with. For one, they had a dog here. And no offense to anyone, but I don't allow dogs at my house that are not my dogs because they carry diseases.
Right.
And
That
I
kill other
have
dogs.
very, very baby dogs. I don't usually let people bring puppies here. My family's not allowed to. My sister takes her dog everywhere she goes, but she does not bring it here. But anyway, they brought this little brown poodle here, and my little 4-pound Pomeranian wanted to kill it. So I don't know if E Square remembers of us trying to protect it or not.
Yeah, and instead of them doing something to correct the situation, they expected the homeowners to put their dogs out.
Yeah, I ended up
But it's
having
their
to
home.
put the 4-pound Pom up. I had to put Anna up. I'm just saying. But anyway, I went in there and I said, why are you doing the dishes? For one, there's not very many. Won't you go in there and sit down with Ernie? And she goes, my nerves are shot. I have to do something. I guess this is after her boy also had an accident. Not putting him down. He's handicapped. Listen, not doing it. Ain't
God
going there.
bless.
He
Yeah.
was a very sweet little boy.
Ernie was mean to him.
Ernie was very mean to him to the point that I told her he's not somebody that you want around your kid. But you know, that went in one ear. But anyway, as far as the dishes go, she was never asked, never once wanted. I don't like people to do my dishes. You can even ask Natalie, who lives here, that does my dishes. I correct her all the time. I'm redoing my dishes and re-putting them up at all times. It's
That's
just like,
presumptuous to do that too.
and
Presumptuous to go in
uh,
and just
it's
yeah.
kind of like when the kids go clean their rooms, I re-clean them because they don't clean them the way I want them cleaned. I'm funny. E Square has been here many, many times. Not once has she been asked to do anything in this house, and she comes anytime she wants to. She does not have to be asked. The door's open and she knows it. I don't know why she don't come as much as she used to, but I am making fried chicken right now and fried potatoes if you would like to come eat. But, you know, oh yeah, and my kids have ate. Before everybody thinks they didn't, this is for the adults in the house who haven't ate yet because we've been busy.
I'm hungry.
But anyway, nobody.
And
And thank you for saying that about my house. I appreciate that.
Velma, wouldn't it be one thing too if they said, hey, I'm a person, if I'm here, like, if you want my help with it, if you don't, like, it wouldn't be the one thing if someone says, because I feel like I should help because I'm here and you're taking care of me, but just to start doing something, like,
Well,
it's like a difference kind
I'm
of thing.
very funny about my Pioneer Woman stuff. Period.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's
I,
hard to find. It's hard to get, except for
certain
on eBay.
pieces are very hard to find. Um,
I want the crock pot.
from where you're at. I stop at every Walmart from here to wherever I'm going and back.
Do you have the crock pot? The
I
big
have
one?
3 crop. Actually, I have 4 crop pots. I
Ah,
just bought the new blue one, but I'm going back to get the flower. No, I bought the flower one. I want to go get the blue one.
see, I want the blue stuff with a little flour. I want all blue and a little bit of the flour stuff added in there. Like,
But now I have the blue comforter and the blue sheets and all that goes with the bedroom too. Like my bedroom is done that same way too. Isn't it a D square?
Yeah.
Like there's not, my bathroom is Pioneer Woman. I mean, there's not too many places you can go that don't have that in it. But besides this room, and well, this is his.
I'm pink. I do everything in pink, usually.
That's my room.
But I have to go. I have stuff on that's fine.
What's for dinner?
I
No,
make, huh?
wait just a minute.
What's for dinner tonight?
I've not been coming because I've not been feeling good, Thelma. It's nothing against you guys. I'd come every night if I felt like it, I promise.
But I know that, sweetheart. I know you haven't been feeling good. But you are. The reason I said that is it doesn't matter what my house looks like. She has an open door policy. She can just pull up in the driveway and come on in.
Yes, ma'am.
Like there is no reason she doesn't knock. She doesn't have to knock. The dogs know who she is.
Yeah.
She comes on in. I mean, she's been here when it ain't been perfect, but it has never been to where somebody needed to do anything at the time.
No, absolutely not.
And I do have 5 teenagers running around this house at all times. So,
Hey, let me ask y'all a
but
question.
I gotta go.
Love you, babe. Let me ask y'all a question. Put a 1 in the chat. There's 276 people in here, so I know we're gonna get some 1s. Let's have it. Put a 1 in the chat if you can chat. It's subscribers only. If you like metal music, heavy metal, I'll wait for a second. See if we get any 1s in the chat. I know we got a few people. Surely. James Foster, what about you? Nice. Next week, my buddy Judo Tapout set this up for me. Next week, we're going to have the drummer of American Head Charge on the stand. Chris Emery is his name. He's American Head Charge has a video featuring Chuck Liddell. And they got a lot of stuff on YouTube. Check them out. They got a lot of followers, subscribers. Check them out. American Head Charge. Chris Emery is the drummer. And Judo and I have that in common. Judo and Molly have that in common. You know, we're percussionists, drummers. So
Very cool.
I think it's gonna be pretty cool. There's Erica. So all right, guys, we're winding down. Has anybody got any questions? Let me put you girls back up here. I ain't by myself. I feel lonely. There you are. Anybody got any questions?
There's it.
It. Put one in the chat if it made you mad when they called E squared it.
And when I say fried
Oh yeah, look here.
chicken,
Let me show you.
this is what I mean.
Let me show you.
Oh, oh yes, ma'am.
Gosh, it smells good too.
Oh my God. Oh,
And this ain't even all of it. I still have some in the greaser, and I still have some that ain't made in there yet.
is that just for Jimbo? That plate right there?
No, this will be for tonight if anybody wants it, and then I'll put the rest in the bags, and we'll heat it up tomorrow, and I will refix stuff that the kids eat.
Hey, Erica.
Sometimes I try to get ahead of myself because they do sports.
We do sports.
Well,
Lots-
we do
You
something.
said do.
I've got one that gets home about 8 o'clock from band. I get another one that gets home about 6:30 from basketball. And when they come in, they don't want to wait on supper. So sometimes I try to have stuff that takes a long period of time to cook, already cooked, and all we have to do is heat it up.
Oh, you are such a good woman, Delma. You just are, girl.
The food opened up my nose and like now.
That got the bone. Is it still on the bone or is it boneless?
No, that's boneless. Ain't it?
No, I don't buy. This is all chicken tenders. I'm shocked.
Yeah, we don't
Square
buy.
ain't on their way to my house.
Come on up, E Square. We're up. We're gonna watch some Netflix. We're gonna go to bed, eat some chicken, watch some Netflix.
Have you guys watched the? I haven't. I'm afraid to right now. The Dahmer one. Have you
I
watched
watched
that?
the first episode. I wasn't too great, but like I didn't think so. But a lot of people said, "Oh, you gotta watch it more of it." So I'm gonna give it another shot. Watch some more of it.
Everyone loves it, but I don't know. Just the first scene, you just see like the bloody knives and stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't want to see this right now.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna get more gory than the first.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty good. Everyone that I know loves it. So, and have you seen one called The Black Phone or something? It's called
No.
some new movie that was out there that everyone's talking about. That it was a suspense
And
or
I
something.
gotta show y'all
Wow, Erica, that's cool.
one more thing. Look how little my baby husband was.
Oh.
Dirty dog. You dirty dog.
One
Look
night,
closer.
I will take over here and I will show y'all pictures of him growing up. But this one
We
right
gotta
here,
see.
he was in 2nd grade. No, I'm sorry. He was in 1st grade in this picture.
Oh, how adorable.
And I have him all the way up to when he graduated in 8th grade. And then the picture album,
Any baby pictures, like when he was
yes,
bald?
you want baby pictures?
Yes, baby.
You have baby pictures.
We want the baby. We want the bald baby. Look at his face. Oh God. She's so
Oh,
cute.
yeah.
We gotta see Velma now too. Payback. We gotta see
Let's see all
Velma.
them baby pictures. I'm gonna throw another ad in right quick.
Exactly. I have premium, so I can just see it.
I know the premium users don't have to watch it.
No, I actually was gonna ask that because I have
This
premium.
is one of him.
Oh, let me see.
He
Hold
was
on. get
7
back.
weeks old in this picture. If you want to show that,
Oh,
one.
let's see. Let's see.
He was little 7-week old.
Oh,
there.
look at that fat little chubby face. Those cheeks.
Well, they got me to drop my hands
And
up like
this
that.
one right here, he was 4 days old.
Oh my God.
You can show that to him.
Always been a sports fan since 4 days old.
Wow. What hat was that from?
I think it's a Little
It's
League
a
hat.
prop.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I love it.
Oh, and if you want to see a chubby picture, oh my God, do I
Chubby picture.
ever have
Yeah.
a chubby baby picture?
I got enough fat pictures.
Looky there. He is I think 36 weeks. That's 36 months there.
28 months.
20.
For 2 years. Look at the look on his face too,
And
like,
then there's that
huh?
one.
I gotta look at him for you. Show. Oh man, I was fat. I look like one of the little rascals in this one. What's the little fat guy's name in Little Rascals?
Oh, him. Oh, look at the collar. Look
Tell
at
me
the
I don't look like a
collar.
little fat guy in Little Rascals.
Yes. How adorable. Look at the
I
teeth.
actually got all of the pictures from his granny and his mother. This one, you want to show that one? That's a picture.
You're so lucky you have them. So
I
many
don't
people
know
have
what's
kind
here.
of moved and gotten lost.
My mom kept everything.
Look, and they're all in color. That means you're young enough to have them in color. You're
Oh, I've
not
got
over
some in
that.
black and white, sweetie.
Oh.
They're just,
My mom has a journal of every day of her life, including the day Ronnie King was murdered.
yeah.
That's where
Really?
Daddy was at,
It was
preparing
nice.
for my
Wow.
40th birthday party the next day with my children.
And when he does birthday parties, I do cake.
Interesting.
I do everything for him.
You were a spoiled little boy, weren't you? You
I
were.
was.
You
Till I got
were
about
very
4 years
lucky.
old, then my brother was born, and I wasn't
Oh,
so spoiled anymore.
right. You're like,
Let me tell you
next.
guys something. We've been together for going on 30 years, and there's not been an Easter go by, even before kids, that he's not had an Easter basket waiting on him Easter morning.
That's true.
And it's
Oh,
not been from his mother. It was for me.
that's you. You guys are goal couples. Couple goals.
My mom used to do that for my dad. I've got a lot of stuff from her, even though they separate or whatever. But I got a lot of that kind of stuff from her. She always made my dad one. And sometimes he would come in from the coal mines and he would be tired, and then they would be a homemade dessert of his. So when Jimbo would be working in Lexington and I would be home, he'd always come home to a heart shaped cake every blue moon that would say, I love you.
You see what James Foster said?
And all of his friends that, well, they came and go, guy friends,
Spanky, that's it.
would go, is it your anniversary? Is it your birthday? And he goes, no, she just does this. And, and
That's
I always have
beautiful.
his favorite dinner and that. My thing is, if you find a man who works, you better take care of him.
Amen.
Because there's
Amen.
way too many out there that won't work.
Don't you have friends that when the man comes in after working, they don't even greet him? I had a friend, she didn't even greet him, wouldn't get off the phone, whatever. And I'm like, he's been working all day. Like, get off the phone, greet him, have the kids run to him and say, Daddy's home. I mean, that's just normal, but not in this one. It was like, whoa.
This right here from James Foster says, first time in 20 years I saw Jimbo speechless.
Wait a minute. How can you read that?
Who said I couldn't read?
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a narrative. Yeah. No, she's dyslexic. Remember, that's a completely different thing.
She is
guys.
dyslexic.
Let me tell
She
you
is dyslexic.
something. I'm very dyslexic, but I have been a manager of a shell station and run a shift on my own and made my own schedule for my girls. I have worked my whole life, and I still do right now. I don't use that as a
Crutch.
crutch for somebody to feel sorry for me. I have learned through life how to cope and how to figure it out on my own if I was struggling.
Amen.
So, no, I can read, I can write, I can sign my own name, and I even help my kids with their schoolwork.
Amen.
So a lot of this stuff he tells me I don't pay a lot of attention to. I'm sorry. I have a lot of other things that I do. Right now I'm in the process of trying to get 2 females to have puppies for me because it's Christmas time and people want puppies. So I really and truly, what they're saying about me, anybody that truly knows me would laugh at them.
Hey, you know what, Donna? If you had a little off channel and just like you had little wisdom, little bites of a video every day of just that, you know how empowering it is to people? I know that's like, we need more of you. We need more of that. That just the wisdom, just the. I love that stuff. It's just worth
You mean where
sharing.
people shouldn't use the stuff that's been thrown at them as a crutch? Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying? As
yeah,
I can't do that because I just can't. I don't believe in I can't.
yeah.
I can do anything I want to do when I want to do it.
Sarah's dyslexic too.
Amen.
Sarah's
Amen.
dyslexic, and her teacher actually caught hers when she was in second grade,
Mhm.
third grade, second or third grade, and put her in a program because there's programs for that now. You got to remember that long time ago when I was. So,
I know Johnny Depp is too. I learned that he had that same
Really?
problem. Yes,
He's
Johnny
Artie's
Depp.
cousin.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, right. God, who
I
believed
mean, when
that?
you're reading certain things and you get to big words, sometimes I'm reading a sentence. I kind of know what that big word's supposed to say, but I don't know what it is. I'm bad to replace it
Right.
and keep on going.
Fluffy's dyslexic.
Yeah.
It's more common than people think.
It
Yeah.
is.
And sometimes she has a hard time with reading, or at least fast, or you know
I have to take
she has
my
to take her
time.
time and work words out sometimes. But um, yeah,
A lot of people choose to use what's wrong with me to not work. Well, why should I work? That's wrong with me. Well, why not work? I don't know how you plan on living if you don't work. My dad, my dad's in the same situation I'm in. Worked in the coal mines his whole life. And that man still is probably one of the smartest men I've ever met in my life when it comes to certain things. Like building houses or working on cars or I mean, he taught himself. He didn't go to school, he taught himself. There's a lot if you've got willpower you can do yourself and you don't have to feel sorry for each other.
that's right.
If I don't go, I'm gonna burn stuff.
Yeah. Now, when I said what I said, I probably should have said, she don't read and write that well. When you're arguing with idiots, stuff,
And
it don't
can I
matter.
clear
They're
this,
going to take
can
it
I
the wrong way anyway.
clear this up real quick? No, I wasn't actually with the wish list thing. I was actually talking about OL. Seeing hers, I kind of was turned off by what's happening with OL. And you guys know who that is.
Yep.
And seeing that, and I was very disheartened by that. That's who I was actually referring to, not
Yeah.
that.
About OL.
Compare her wish list to mine,
No, yours is not.
and
And I
that'll
really,
tell you a lot.
she just it was just disappointing. That's all. That's who I was talking about. You guys, I'm sorry. I bite my tongue on some things and I say some things just because of I get a little bit hurt. That's why I kind of tend to stay away from things like that, because it's just like, whatever. I didn't like her doing that back to Jimbo and people who have, oh God, they gave a whole darn month of her to get that, and she did that, and it's like, are you serious, girl? Like, he gave you a whole month of fundraising and you did this. And in the very beginning, I don't know if Jimmy remembers, I actually asked you about her. I came to you first and said, is this like legit? Like,
Yeah.
and
She is going to need a liver. Like, she is going to need a liver.
right. And I do believe that, but anyways, that was what I meant.
But yeah, there was a lot of money raised and it was given to her. And I mean, E Square can tell you. I mean, she called me yesterday, or had somebody else call me and talk to me, asking me not to put the little boy on YouTube. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I just played The Voice, where it should prove you were down here. And but they were trying to say, that well, everything was taken the wrong way, and we didn't do this, we didn't do that. But Everybody saw what was said, and she said, "Well, we were told there was all kinds of people there." I said, "Who told you that, Ernie?" "Oh, we can't say, but you can go over there and say you call BS in Ernie's chat, but you can't tell me who said it. Who raised the money for you? Was it Ernie?" I mean, there wasn't no money made that night. And then I turned around and sent her either $30 or $40 the next week when I got paid, just to appease her.
Yeah. Same kind of story that happened, whatever. So people can still be needing that, like sick and needing that, but it doesn't change the person. And I think that's what kind of came on. Like she is very ill and she does need that. So all of our good things went for that. But it was kind of like it's just her as a personality. That's just her type. So it wasn't wasted. It was just, different type. Whereas E squared never asks for anything. Like she's and doesn't ever milk anything. Jimbo the same. It's just a, a completely different story. And
Yep.
channels like this should make money. I really believe, and I don't do this myself. I'm going to try to do it more often. If people can, like, be a member, if you can, it not like if you need money or whatever, be a member, number one. And every once in a while, give like a super chat just to say, thank you to this because it takes a lot out of a person. And then behind the scenes, because super chats do take like 35 to 40% behind the scenes, send
30%.
a little like whatever you can, like 10, 20, or if you have more, I believe in the tithing thing, a little bit more to like give because you go, thank you for a place to come. That's really good. And I support the effort. All that is so worth it. That's the way to support it.
And
And
there's some
that's,
people who appreciate it.
yeah,
I don't mean to
exactly.
interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt, but I just need to update on the t-shirts. I'm completely out of the extra large. So all I
Oh,
have left, guys, are the small, medium, and large.
do you have a large handy to show how big that actually is or no?
I do. And the extra large, I held that up a little bit ago for somebody, and it looked like it would fit me, and I usually wear a 2X. So
Is it
I think
unisex too? So were
I
there
think
like
they're
for
made
men?
big.
Oh, that's
This is
big.
a large.
That's a
And do they
large.
stretch? Do they stretch good? Like, can you put your, yeah, okay. What material is it? Like, what percentage does it say?
It is just a second here. If I can see this little small writing. Let me get my flashlight out here on my phone.
Arkansas, what's up?
Hey, Arkansas.
See, she says it like Arkansas. I say Arkansas.
Sauce. Hey,
Sauce.
Arkansas.
Get sauced up. There's a little place down here to eat called Sauced Up.
Oh, I would love to go there.
Thank you, Judo. Hit that
Can't
like
even,
button.
I can't even tell if this is English or another language. That's how bad I am at seeing.
I use my phone too for some things now because I'm old. I go, okay, take the phone and like magnifier and make things. I'm like, oh my
I've
God.
I've took a
Oh,
picture before and then
here
blown
it
up
is.
the
Here it
screen
is.
to read it.
I did too. I
It,
did too, Jimbo.
it's 50% cotton, 50% polyester.
Oh, that's nice. I never like 100% cotton anymore. For some reason, it's harsher. I know
And
it's good, but
the
the quality
100%
makes it.
cotton shrink.
Yes. Oh, that's good. What does it
So
say? Awareness?
polyester does not shrink. And this is 50% polyester. And I
And
mean, look, this is on me, and it goes shoulder to shoulder. And like I said, I usually wear a 2X.
so it would probably go to 2X.
I usually,
Probably.
I mean, this would be tight around the chest area, but I could put it on.
Okay. I remember, did you guys ever do this where you sit with the t-shirt around your knees to like stretch it out? Any of us chubby
Yeah.
girls ever do that? Yeah.
So
Stretch it
these
out.
are made big. Like I'm holding the seams right now for the shoulders, and they go past my shoulders. And this
I've
is
learned that too, E squared, that when people order shirts, always get more of those larger sizes because people like them large. And then you're going to be stuck with those smalls.
right. Yeah, I
You know,
didn't know where we don't see each other. I didn't know, so what I did is I just ordered 5 in each size,
it would make
and I
sense.
can, I can always place another order when I kind of get it figured out on what
Because
I need.
even the skinny mini people love them like oversized, so like, you
Yeah.
know, sleep
Yeah,
in.
hardly
And,
anybody wears the form-fitting shirts anymore, except for the
no,
teenagers or something.
yeah,
Early
you are,
20s. Those young people, they wear those form-fitting clothes. And
yep,
as you
not
start getting
me.
older, you care more about comfort than you
You
do about
do.
looks.
Oh, I haven't for the when did I last really wear a pant that didn't have elastic waist? Seriously, who
Yeah.
wants the zipper in that? Oh,
And for the ones talking about that game board, I've got a few things I'd like to say about this too. I've kept my mouth shut for a long time on her because, I mean, yes, she's sick. I do believe absolutely that she's sick, but I do also believe that there has been some things done wrong. Number one, she did make upwards close to probably $1,000 of what she reported. There's also been some discrepancies where people have sent a certain amount and she told Jimbo a different amount.
Yes.
So if that happened to one person,
I
it
wasn't
could
even
have
going to say anything
happened
about that,
to.
but there's several people that told me that.
Okay, and I knew of one, so I was going to say if it happened to one person, it probably happened to several. So that adds up as well. Another thing I wanted to say is her electric bill was never mentioned until mine was. I said I couldn't pay my electric bill, and then all of a sudden she was getting disconnected as well at the same time that all these donations were coming in. And I understand that's not what the donations were for, but if I knew I was going to be sitting in the dark and I had a child, I would use any money I had access to, period. I don't care if it was money for the president.
Yeah.
And, if
yep,
I was going to be
yep.
if I was going to be in the dark with a child, I would have took the money. I mean, how much could it have been? Maybe two,
It was
upwards.
300 because I sent it to her.
Well, $300.
Oh wow, you
I
did.
don't care
Yeah.
if she had $800 or $900 sitting there, and she knew her lights were about to be cut off. I would have pulled it out of there and then made it up some other way. You know what I mean? And like I said, it wasn't even mentioned until mine was. It might have been true, might have not. I don't know if she sent copies of it. I don't know. I didn't get into all that. I didn't even know that he had sent it to her till just a couple of days ago. Somebody was kind and generous enough. I was blessed that night that somebody paid mine, and I did send them a copy of it, and they didn't even ask me to. And she got upset about that. She got upset that somebody helped me and paid my
She
electric bill.
was upset over it.
And
Really?
we were supposed to be in this together. We're both fighting battles. We're both sick. We're both going through hard times. I kind of felt like we should have had a connection or a bond. If somebody would, the money that she was bringing in on that game, I was absolutely ecstatic for her. Every single time he said, I need to update the board, I was happy because that meant she was getting more money. That meant she was getting more help. And then I get help and she gets angry enough to call and vent about it to somebody. No, I mean, come on. What kind of person are you?
Tingle
And
Bell.
I've kept my mouth shut about this, and I just can't. I can't. That was too much. You don't get mad because someone gets help. I
I'm
had
so
like
sorry.
I had like 2 days until my electric was going to be shut off. I didn't have any other choice. I don't, like I said earlier,
Mm,
coming to YouTube to ask for help is my last case priority. It's my last ditch effort. and that's how I felt that night. I mean, I had nowhere else to turn. My
I've been there before.
my
I know.
mom works part-time. My daughter works, but she's in band right now, so she's not getting probably 8 hours a week. Jimbo knows how much time band takes up.
Oh my
She
gosh.
has it every day after. The only days that she's off from band is Wednesday and Sunday, so she's getting 2 days a week at work, and only one of them's a half day because she goes to school on Wednesdays. So
Yeah. I
she's not
borrowed
getting.
money off two people on YouTube before, and one of them was not my monkey. I have borrowed money. Um, when I asked her about paying it back, she said, "Don't worry about it." So I didn't worry about it. But
Oh, Jimbo, you never have asked that of me, but I'm just telling you, if you ever do, because of the man I know you are, please come to me.
thank you.
If I have it, I would, and I mean that truly. The electricity thing, I've had that happen going through my divorce. The money got frozen, so I was in the exact same position, and having that looming, and I had no kids, and I actually received help as well. And I know that feeling because you're just thinking like, okay, oh, the food's gonna go bad. You're scared. Everything you have runs on, electricity with the charging of your phone, whatever. My mobility can be limited at times because of some issues. Scary. I have a CPAP machine. Scary. All this stuff goes through your head, and I had no kids, so I get it, girl. All that stuff, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't believe that she got upset that somebody helped me. That's cold. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, that says a lot right there because it's one thing to be envious of somebody because they have, they have a good life. Envious is different than jealous. Jealous is something I think of negative. Envious is like, I'm happy for you, but like, I wish that's normal. But jealous is just, yeah, it's negative. I'm sorry. That says a lot.
right.
Thank you, Miss
Says a
True.
lot right there.
And the person that helped me, like I said, I didn't expect them to pay the whole thing. It blew my mind just as much as it would anybody. She private messaged me and said, "How much do you need?" And I immediately sent a picture of the disconnect notice. I just sent a picture of it. And she said, "You didn't have to do that, but I'm going to send this amount that should cover it, you know." And, and it did, and I was blown away. I didn't know what to say besides thank you, but thank you wasn't even enough. Mine wasn't. I think mine was like $187, and this person sent me $200 and said that should cover it. And it come out to where with my electric company, I don't know if they're all the same, but with mine, if you pay it over the phone with a debit card, they charge a fee, and I think it came out to like 201 something. So it did cover it, all besides a dollar and something. Thank the good Lord, I had a couple dollars in my account. So, but she didn't have to do that, and I didn't ask her to do that. Her first question to me was, "How much is the bill?" I thought she might send me half of it or a fourth of it or $50 or something, So I just, instead of responding, I just sent a picture of it because I had already had one prepared just in case, I needed it. Because you can ask Jimbo, I always send pictures. If I don't send them directly to the person, I send them to him just so he has it in case they ask him in private, is she up to par, whatever. Because I know people talk with him in private. So just about anything I do, even with that Cash App thing, that $700 that night, when I found it, I immediately sent a picture to Jimbo about it. And I said, look at the top where it says it was a transfer from another card. It wasn't something from a person.
Yeah.
And and I just wanted him to have that because I know people trust him and I know people talk to him behind the scenes. And if it was ever questioned, I wanted him to have that, so he could confidently say there was not a person in chat that sent this woman $700, But I sent that to that woman that night. She asked to remain anonymous. She did not do it for any kind of recognition. She didn't do it to make herself look like the hero.
That's beautiful.
In fact, she asked to be kept anonymous, and I've kept that promise. But I sent her that picture, and she said, I would have never asked you for that. She said, you didn't have to do that. I said, well, I already had it on my phone. It has all the information on it, in case you want to call and do it directly to the electric company, whatever, I was fine with it, whatever she wanted to do, and she sent
That's
it to
full
my,
transparency right there, and that's on her side, not letting the right hand know what the left hand is doing. Is that how the saying, the
Yep.
thing
yeah,
goes? Yeah. That's what, and the whole thing is a beautiful experience for you both. And I know the feeling on both sides. And when you receive it, you're so overwhelmed by the kindness of strangers that
yeah,
that feeling stays with you longer than the fact that your bill is paid. It's like a refreshing, like, kindness of strangers who didn't have to and did. It's like it gives
absolutely.
you hope. Yeah,
And this is
every
a
word you just said,
person
I feel. Yep.
And this is a person that I recognize from chat, but it's not even a person that I deal with behind the scenes. Like, I don't chat with this person on Facebook. I don't, we're not close like that. I don't text her or talk to her on the phone or anything like that. So, besides just seeing me in chat, this woman doesn't even know me, so that to me makes it even more kind.
That's a
She has
real
no,
random act of kindness, really.
yeah, she has
Yep.
no big ties to me, emotionally or whatever, or anything like that. And like I said, her not doing it out in the open says a lot too, because like I said, with Ernie making those pledges and this and that, some people do things for the recognition. Some people do things so people see, look at me, look what I'm doing. I'm helping this person,
He
and
definitely does it for recognition.
and she did just the opposite. She said, please don't tell anyone who it was. And I've kept that,
That's the difference between a pure heart and a black heart.
Yep.
That's different.
Amen. And if you do things the right way, unlike the other channel and whatever has done things, you will continue to get those blessings if you just along the way make the right decisions. You may not. You will continue to be blessed along the way. Making the right decision, you always will. You always will be blessed, and
Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to do it for recognition. Like it says here, don't let the right hand see what the left hand is doing. That means you don't, if somebody asks you for $20 and you're in the middle of a store, you don't wave it around and say, yeah, I'll give you this $20. Here you go. Here you go. You do it discreetly. You don't do it where everybody can see. That's humiliating,
Yep.
on that beautiful note, I will step down so I can let Jimbo eat his
Yeah.
chicken and
It's
let
time
you
for
guys.
chicken and taters.
All right.
Wait,
Thank you guys, and stay blessed. And I'll be
Thank
always here supporting. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am. Thank
you.
you very much.
Thanks, guys.
And if anybody wants a t-shirt, just email me. I'm going to put my email in here one last time.
Did you
Like
see?
I said, I've
Did you
got,
see that? Did you see that Chaotic needed one?
no, I did not see that. You need
She
to
said,
email me.
send
G.
one by me. I'm going to the Halloween party.
Oh, okay.
So send one by me. Say, E, can you send a medium to me via Jimbo of the strength one?
I sure can. I'll get it out right now. And put it with my other ones that are taken. Got it. Medium strength. Got it.
And Tingle Bar, what you missed with Ocean, she went to Ernie's chat. Was it the night before last? and was throwing me under the bus, trying to accuse me of cheating her out of money, saying that there was a bunch of people at the fundraiser and I kept all the money. And then E Squared commented something, and she commented back to E Squared. I called BS on that, and then went on, and they highlighted it. So,
I didn't even see that one.
yeah, she jumped on Team Ernie there, and
We didn't make nothing at that fun. We didn't make nothing at that fundraiser. The way I looked at it,
the people that handed you money, that's your money. You were there. They didn't say, "Hey, split this with that other lady." They said, "Hey, this is for you," and they handed it to you.
Right.
That's yours. You don't have to tell nobody what you made. It ain't none of her business or nobody else.
No, and I had a fun night out, which I haven't had, and I can't tell you how long. And my gas was covered and my meal was covered for the night. So what more can you ask for? You know what I mean? The rest of it was just cherry on the cake. And it wasn't hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I don't care to tell it. I had 2 people give me $20 each. I told her
it was about $40.
I know it's none of nobody's business, but you know how I am. I tell everything. And I had 2 different people give me $20 a piece, and they gave it directly to me. Now, what was in that bucket at the end of the night was right around $60, and that's where we got the $30 each, because Brandon asked for people to start paying for those requests. Now, if he hadn't done that, we wouldn't have made nothing.
There wouldn't have been nothing. No.
Nothing. Because when people came to the door and they told them $10, they didn't want to pay it. They said, "We're not part of that fundraiser. That ain't got nothing to do with us." Yep. And so what we had to do is we had to cut off the cover charge after about an hour and we told the person at the door, just ask them if they would make a donation. And in Corbin, Kentucky, this is one of the poorest areas in the state. If they have a choice to give you money or not give you money, they're not going to give you money. That's just the way it is. Yeah. And what Brandon did at the end of the night is the only way we came out with anything.
Yep. And I sent her either $30 or $40. I know it was at least $30. So she got money.
And, and she was more than welcome to come and have a good fun time, but she chose not to,
We had a blast. It was one of the most fun nights I've ever had.
She can drive all the way down here to bum, but she can't drive all the way down here to be a part of a function that had her name on it. I find something wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to eat me some chicken and taters.
All righty.
All right.
You have a good night.
Thank you for taking over while I had a little sort of emergency there.
Oh, that's no problem at all. Anytime.
Hope you didn't porn bomb me while I was gone.
Oh, you never know what I might have done.
No. Say it ain't so.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and leave so you can do your outro here. You have a good night.
All right. Thank you, E Squared. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, Tingle Bar, she complained it was 30. Said complained about it, and like I said, what the people handed E Squared was E Squared's money. They didn't say, "Hey, here, go split that with somebody." They were already in there, and they gave her the money. One of them was a security guard, the one that we gave the Ernie shirt to. But let's go eat some chicken and taters, y'all. I love y'all. Keep me in your prayers. Keep my family in your prayers, and I'll keep you guys in my prayers too. God bless you. I love y'all. This is Jimbo coming to you live from the stand.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, Oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.